Yo, 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 what's good? What's good? We are live. We are live. Welcome to another edition of He Said, She Said. God damn it, this is the worst fucking crew I got. He said, she said.
Say my name. Say my name.
God damn it, you motherfuckers. Shit.
We love you.
Chris Rock getting punched in the fucking mouth, and I can't get motherfuckers to say any goddamn song that they say any other goddamn time I say the shit. Y'all be say my name, say my name. I said today, y'all motherfuckers, everybody just say it. All you singing motherfuckers just sat there and just looked at me. Oh my God. How y'all doing today, man? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, Nate? How you feeling today?
Great.
You feeling? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that while you was putting nothing in your mouth. I didn't mean to do that to you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for talking to you while you was putting it in your mouth. What's going on, Big Mama? How you feeling today, baby?
I'm feeling great. I'm ready for today.
You ready for this bullshit today?
Mm-hmm.
I got a feeling it's gonna be a day of glorious bullshit. Cause I got a feeling we're gonna be on some different sides of the bullshit.
We probably will be.
I got a feeling we are. I got a feeling we on different sides of the bullshit today. What's up, Miss Beautiful Ita? How you doing, baby girl?
Good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm doing great, doing great.
That's what's up. And to the wonderful Miss Shantae, what's going on, baby?
Hello, good people. Good evening.
I heard you got a nice little announcement and shit for me. You got something. I'm sipping on my
y'all know I'm always trying to plug my people. I try to support as many people as I can. So I got a girl that does custom made Crocs. And she made these for me. I try to support as many people. So I'm trying to get in camera. I'm sorry, y'all. So this is the work of Miss Latricia Johnson, Mocha's Addiction. She does take orders. You tell her what you want, and she will hand make them for you. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Ooh.
Those are cute.
Blinged out Crocs.
Drop the link.
Hold on, let me bring it on up so everybody can see that lovely shoe there. That lovely shoe. And get the information out how they can reach her one more time.
I will put it so it's Mocha's Addiction. Her name is Latricia Johnson. I will put her information in the comments. But she, like I said, she hand makes these. I wanted the Paris theme, so she hooked me up with that. And yeah, so
those are too cute.
Yeah.
They are.
So yeah,
my daughter's graduating nursing school in August. She got to have some.
Okay, yeah, and she does all different themes. She actually has a nurse one with the little stethoscopes and the scrubs on it. Like she does pretty much whatever you want. So
good deal.
Well, I'll
put that information in there.
I hope y'all ready tonight. Everybody in the fucking world has been talking about it. So I said, fuck it, I might as well run my motherfucking mouth and let y'all know what I feel about this shit. But what I'm gonna do first, because I'm gonna be a gentleman tonight, I'm gonna let my ladies first, give their synopsis. I like that word, synopsis, in scenario about tonight's show. If you're watching tonight's show, please do me the biggest favor. Don't be out here just watching us. We need your shares. We need your likes. And if you feel like you got something to say, please say it. We will say something back to your ass. Trust me, this is not the type of show that you could just sit there and say something and we're not gonna say nothing back to your ass. We communicate rounds here.
Yes.
Okay. Let's start the conversation off. Everybody see the Oscars?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the Oscars, but I saw the event.
Yeah, that's all that niggas really wanted to see anyway, because I didn't even know the motherfucking shit was on until the motherfucker hit me and said, matter of fact, it was Kim, and I hope Kim comes in tonight. Kim called me and said, Russ. I said, what the fuck? There's something wrong with it. She said, Russ. I said, what's wrong, baby? What's going on? She said, did you see the Will Smith shit? I said, no, baby, I've been goddamn day.
It's a theatrics for me.
I said, I've been working all motherfucking day. From now, I ain't had a chance to really see what's been going on. She said, oh, you got to see it. So I said, look here, I'm still working, but I'm gonna jump offline right now and I'm gonna watch the clip. Then my black ass sat back and did exactly that. And let me tell you, my peoples, your man Russ was not ready for what he saw. So first what I'm
Nobody.
gonna do, I'm gonna go down the line and I'm just gonna bring people up on the screen. And when I bring you up on the screen, I want you to tell me about we fucking y'all know I'm talking about Will Smith smacking Chris Rock because he said something about
That
Jada.
is why. Yeah.
But it was, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there in a minute.
Whew.
Okay. I'm gonna start off with a woman that when I bring up on the screen, she gonna say, "Who me? You talking to me already?" Motherfucker, she do it every week. All right.
Do it.
Yeah. Look.
Okay, so I had actually when I first saw it, well, somebody had texted me. I actually got done singing, and I had to go outside the building and watch it. So I'm on both sides of the fence here when it comes to the
Explain when
whole.
you say you on both sides. You got to go all the fuck out tonight because in a few minutes when I get the floor, I'm not gonna give a fuck about what y'all said, and I'm not gonna let y'all rebuttal. So you better give me a full explanation about what the fuck you mean about the shit that you saw. Let's go. I'm gonna be quiet right the fuck now. Go ahead.
Really?
Okay.
No, I ain't. No, I ain't.
I know. So I saw the part where when Chris Rock was making a funny um about the whole G.I. Jane situation. It was told to me by by a very good source, that it was not it the joke wasn't written. So Chris Rock just kind of went off his head with that one. I was not aware of the fact that Jada had went on Instagram and talked about her medical condition of whatever she has, and she shaved all her head
Alopecia.
off. Okay, so she has shaved all of her head off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you, boo boo? Um, okay, so I'm trying to get my thoughts together here. So, okay, so when I saw the part of Will Smith laughing at the joke itself, you kind of see him. I'm assuming he must have just turned around and saw her
Mm-hmm.
reaction to that she did not like the joke. So I understand it. You have a medical condition. Okay, deal with it. And I don't mean that in a very disrespectful way at all. And I think it was a trigger for him to just lunge. I'll put it that way. Um, what he did was wrong, yes. But from a comedian standpoint, that's what comedians do. They make fun, they tell jokes about their life or people that they know in other real life situations that happens. That's what comedians do. That's what they get paid
Mm-hmm.
for. um I don't well I was listening to David Arnold yesterday and his perception on what happened, and he was pretty much saying that um he didn't know that Jada was suffering from this medical condition. And I'm not, and I don't want to say yay or nay, but it almost seemed to me as though Chris Rock didn't really know the severity of the issue that was going on. Um, Now, Will Smith's side, I feel as though there is a deeper issue that's going on with him. It seems like for the last few years, we're talking about entanglement. We're talking about, mental health issues. We're talking about family issues. too. So I feel like everything that has happened in the last few years had, he just bottled it up and he just exploded.
Okay.
So
Hey man.
that's my
Okay.
take. So I kind of see, but I feel like he could have waited to the end of the Oscars to, knock him out. I mean, he could have waited. And to me, the apology that he gave when he was accepting his award, it was just mediocre. It was just like, yeah, I'm sorry, boo hoo, cry me a river situation. But had that have been me and somebody slapped me, they would just have to cut. The Academy Awards, they would have been no more after I got finished. No more. I would still be whooping his ass.
Hold on, I'm telling y'all what I'm doing right now. Y'all hear all the and shit? That's me. They used to call back in the old school days. My grandmama used to call that holding my mule. I'm holding my mule. That motherfucker's ready to go. But I'm gonna go ahead and bring on Miss Ita in here. Ita can talk to me
Yes, love.
about this bullshittery and fuckery that we talking about tonight. Come on.
Okay, the fuckery. Okay, we coming in. Wrong, not wrong. Both parties wrong all the way around. Will, yeah. Will was just mad and pissed off because he had all that anger up in him. Chris was wrong because, yeah, Chris should have known not to go in because this is not the first time he has come back at them. Because in 2016, he threw a blow at Jada, too. He been with them for years and messing
Whoa.
with them.
If you're gonna bring that up, why did he throw the shot?
2016.
Why did he throw the shot?
He threw that shot back in 2016 because she was boycotting.
Whoa. What was the shot and why did he throw the shot? Do you know?
In 2016 when she boycotted the Oscars back in 2016.
She was boycotting the shit that he
She
was
was
doing,
boycotting.
right? The shit that
Yeah.
he was doing. So he spoke about not giving a fuck because she didn't have a fuck. She wasn't even
He
nominated.
didn't have she wanted invited. So yeah, that was the thing too. So that's going back. Like I said, that's what I'm saying. I got you. Go ahead.
That was all he said. He didn't bash it, but he did. Okay, I'm gonna hold it out. Go ahead. Let me go.
But you hold it because that's another thing too that was boiling in because he felt Will had to bring that. Will was holding that in too. You wanted to talk about us back then, so being with this. Then on top of that, you just finished doing a movie about King Richard that he was already gangster as was. So seeing who he was and what he was dealing with, he was pretty much channeling Richard Williams. I mean,
okay.
I know. I got you. I got what you're saying. But both parties were wrong.
Listen, what I'm about to ask you. I'm gonna ask you.
Okay,
I'm
what
gonna
you
ask
ask
you
me, baby?
specifically one question.
Me? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. King Richard was filmed when?
I know it was filmed, but I'm saying they've been talking about it. He's been promoting.
No. I ain't talking about what folks been talking about.
It last year, I think. It filmed. They finished last year.
No, it was filmed actually the year before that. It came out last year. You always have to think about how long it takes for them to film the movie and then edit the movie. You feel what I'm saying?
But still, I got you.
Has Will Smith done anything else since then? Yes, he has.
Mm-hmm.
So if he got in the character, why he wasn't in character for the other motherfucking role? I'm not going to use that as because he was winning an award for that role, that he was in character for the role of this big tough motherfucker. I can't ride with that one.
No, I got what you're saying with that one, but I'm saying he's still because they've been promoting this for so long though.
It doesn't matter.
And I got you. Sometimes you promote more movies, you want some certain movies more than the other ones. I'm not giving him a pass on that though.
Okay.
I'm still not giving him a pass. He in the wrong. Chris in the wrong.
The way you put that in there, like, but I just want to fuck all that shit because acting is acting. Acting is acting. Denzel done shot a lot of motherfuckers and acted a lot of roles, but I ain't never seen him smacking nobody in nowhere.
We can't put this. Him and Denzel as two different playing fields.
Denzel is much more higher than fucking
yes.
He might not be getting money.
That's what I'm saying. They're on two different playing fields. Will can't touch Denzel. Will ain't got nothing on Denzel.
Fuck with Denzel.
He can't touch Denzel.
You feel what I'm saying? So to talk about like. Because Denzel calmed him up. Okay, I'm gonna come back. We're gonna go to mama.
I thought you were supposed to be quiet.
I'm not.
Girl, bye. You know he ain't gonna be quiet.
Y'all already spoke against it, so I agree with y'all, motherfuckers. I said y'all say no, he ain't. I said all right, I'm not. All right, fuck it.
Hey, mama. Okay, girl.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
So I didn't see it when it initially happened. I was
I
sent
didn't
the
get to
clip and
finish.
I had to watch it. And I had to watch it a couple of different times, and then I had to get some perspective. Now, we as black women are the least protected, least respected, least taken care of species on the planet.
I
We are
agree.
worse. We are worse off than endangered species.
I agree.
Now, I'm not saying that violence is the answer. What I am saying
Uh-huh.
is based on what I read and what I saw. This is
Mm-hmm.
not the first time that he's asked him to keep his wife's name out his mouth. Now, the second thing is this: Jada's entanglement and Will's extramarital affairs. You need to keep something in mind. They are part of the lifestyle and have an open relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying, and I've heard, keep seeing people say, well, she had this August thing. Fuck August Alsina, because guess what? They in an open ass relationship. Will
Mm.
didn't say shit. She didn't say shit. He forgave her. He loved his fucking wife. When you get done, I don't care what comedians get paid to do. Should be some couth about it.
Okay.
She's been on Instagram and she's talked about this alopecia for a very long time. And most black people don't even know about it because they don't know nobody with it.
That's what I gotta stop.
She
This is
chose to
why,
cut her hair off so that she could save the rest of the hair that she had.
Mama.
Right.
Can I stop you right there? Can I
Go
stop you
ahead.
right there?
Why?
Because this is what I was waiting on. I was waiting on somebody to say something about the alopecia.
You ain't
Okay.
Okay.
let us.
Whoa, listen. The joke, listen, the joke had nothing to do with alopecia. She had
No, the
on
joke
all
didn't have anything to do with alopecia.
whoa,
But when
whoa,
a
whoa, whoa,
woman has
whoa,
alopecia and she shaved her head off, and you to say
whoa.
something, the
Wait a
G.I.
minute though.
Jane 2 type
Wait
shit,
a minute though.
yeah,
But wait, let's keep it real though.
okay.
When you talk about these type of shows,
Hmm.
every show there is a comedian there roasting someone in the show.
True, but not
If
about
you
medical
hold on,
conditions.
if you watch the whole thing that they played from Chris Rock, Chris had originally just roasted somebody else before he came that way.
Did that person
He,
have a medical condition?
whoa, he didn't. But listen, he did not make fun of a medical condition. He talked about a motherfucker that was with a low haircut that was all dressed in green and made a GI Jane joke. He didn't say anything related to alopecia. Like that's the thing that's getting me about this whole thing, because
Hmm.
not one time was that any of his directive. He didn't say, "Oh, this alopecia wearing mother." He didn't say none of that. He just said,
Because he didn't say that.
It was his intent though.
"No."
That
How
was
do
his.
you
That's what I'm
Trigger.
saying.
how do you know that that was his intent?
First of all,
Like,
he's talking about all his
Let
women.
me finish my
So
comment.
all his,
No, let me
so go
finish.
ahead.
hold on, Tish. We're gonna get to you. We're gonna get to you, Tish.
Hmm.
You came into the show late. Hold on, baby. We're gonna get to you.
And it's not about what his intention was. Anybody you could read that was his intention.
Yeah.
Why would you even say something like that?
I
Because
guess
it's not like he didn't know about it. That to me was an underhanded type of joke that was supposedly not even written for him to say. He pulled that in and threw that shit in there. I personally think he got
okay.
exactly what the fuck he deserved.
Okay.
He got exactly what he deserved. And I don't care about it being at the Oscars. I don't care about it being cause around all these white folks and letting them see how you act. It's not about that. For me, it was about him protecting his wife's feeling. Yeah, he laughed that shit off when it was first said, but when he saw his wife's face and saw how hurt she was,
He defended her.
he'd have been less than a man if he hadn't said nothing to him. I'm not saying he should have slapped the taste out of his mouth,
He should have.
but he did.
He should
Fresh
It
have
was
print.
well worth it.
Okay.
He had a
Okay.
whole fresh print.
Let me bring
Yeah.
let me bring in Shante. Come on, talk to me.
Oh wow. Okay. Couple of things.
Hmm.
Like Mama, I had to watch it a couple of times. Um,
We're gonna watch it a couple times
I
with you.
listened to a few of the people that I listened to for their commentary, just to kind of get different viewpoints as I was kind of forming my own opinions about the whole situation. Because there's a lot. Um, to me, the situation is not black and white. For me,
Okay.
because I see so many different viewpoints that I don't necessarily disagree with. Number one, the condition that Jada has is not new. She's been talking about it for a couple of years now.
Facts.
That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, the reaction on her face was very clear that she did not appreciate the joke. And going along with that, I can understand his need to defend her. Number three, yes, comedians tell jokes. That's what they do. Nobody's off limits. However, as a comedian, you also have to be ready for the risk of your comments.
I agree.
You don't necessarily know how people are going to react, right, wrong, or indifferent. You can tell the joke, and I can react to the joke.
Okay.
Number four, there are several ways to defend that I feel that he could have defended her without the physicality of it.
Exactly.
He could have walked up on the stage and cussed him out and then went and sat back down because he cussed him out anyway. He didn't have to touch him. My thing is not so much that, oh my God, is in front of white people. I don't watch the Oscars anyway. I don't give a shit. My thing is you got two black men pitted against each other when we've been fighting so hard to enhance the image of black men.
That's what I'm
And I feel like that kind of set us back. I understand that he loves his wife. I understand his passion, and I understand the need to defend her. I just feel personally like he could have done it in a different way. Defense doesn't always mean physical, and I'm not saying that he shouldn't have said anything. Check his ass. Do that. It was out of pocket. I get it. But it would, to me, it was just the physicality of it that took it too far for me.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead. What's going on, Tish?
Okay, y'all. So listen, I usually don't watch TV, right?
Okay.
But I walked in as Will was walking up to the stage, and I was like, "What the hell are these two dumbasses up here doing?" And I seen it, and then I replayed it, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's what you get." But I didn't know the what was going on at first, so I had to rewind and watch it. And I was like, "Well, that's what the fuck you get." It's bad when other people that black people are already down talking black people. One, and for you to go on national TV and say some bullshit like that, knowing what the situation was.
Okay.
Because I didn't know.
Let me ask you a question to what you just said. Okay. You said you watched it, right? Did you watch Chris Rock's whole? Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
I want it.
Okay, so you didn't watch the whole thing that he said before he spoke to
I
Will?
did.
Okay.
I went back and watched it.
Okay, so did you hear him crack on the white chick right before he cracked on Will?
I don't know what the fuck was going on because I don't watch TV.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
It's just me that's like, I don't watch that shit. So when I do watch it, I have to rewind to see what was going on. But anyways, that's what the fuck he get, because one, we already black people talking about black people and bashing black people, black men bashing white black women, period, point blank. So for him to be on there and talk about the bullshit with Jada, okay, that's what the fuck he get. But all in all, black on black, that bashing shit, it needs to stop, period, point blank. He should have slapped the fuck out of him. I don't give a fuck.
Listen, this is my thing that I'm saying to you, Tish. The thing that you just said that I'm disagreeing with, you made it seem as if he only came on the stage and only made a joke towards a black person. Okay.
No, I don't listen. I don't.
I'll let you finish. That's why I shut the fuck up. When I watched the clip, I watched him crack a joke on a white lady that I don't even know who the fuck she is. But he cracked the joke on her. Then he cracked the joke on Jada. It was a 3-4 second joke. It wasn't like he really went in on her. He just said some, G.I. Jane, whatever. And then the nigga got up and hit him. Like, so I hear what you're saying. If Chris would have came out and his only comment would have been towards Jada. And did that white woman, what was said about the white woman? Was the white woman bald?
No, he was talking about the white man that had him and the man and his wife were both up for the same Oscar. And he said, if you win, you're not gonna be a winner in either situation. That's what he was cracking on, was the white man and the wife.
He was
He
cracking
was
on
cracking on everybody.
he was cracking on their relationship. You feel what I'm saying? He was cracking on not one person, but two people. The guy didn't feel offended and be like, "Oh, this nigga just cracked on me and said something about my woman," or the woman didn't look at women, or the woman didn't look at
this. We understand more. We understand more.
I'm gonna let you speak, but you gotta let me finish. If you hit me talking, let me finish saying what I'm saying. Okay, so listen. At the end of the day, if he would have made a direct comment, this is what I'm saying, y'all. If he would have made a direct comment towards only the Smiths, I'd have been like, I hear y'all. But he was doing what he was paid to do. He was paid to come in as a comedian. He was paid to write a little shit. Now, if people are making the little decision of if he went off script and said the little joke about Jada on some other shit, but guess what? He was still paid to come crack jokes before he presented an award. It was not like he was really trying to be. This is the thing. If that would have been just a regular person getting up making that comment, I would have understood everybody's fucking argument about that. But they brought a comedian to do comedic shit. And on just because you ladies don't watch the Oscars, I have watched them. And in the past, Whoopi Goldberg has come on there and roasted motherfuckers. She's been a host. There have been several black people that have been hosts and have cracked on all kind of people, whites included. Niggas are just getting to the Oscars. This is my problem. We just now getting to a spot where we can say, Will, you did a great job for this piece, right? But the great job that he did is overshadowed by the bullshit. If you think about, listen, I've heard people say, well, Will was so caught up in this role and doing all this. If he was so concerned about working so hard to get this one little shot that he made on, then he should have been able to be man enough to, if he had a problem with Chris Rock, you should have handled that nigga on the side. You should have walked up to him and checked that motherfucker. That's what real niggas do. Because if you watch the footage, Chris thought, this is what I believe Chris thought. Chris thought that the nigga was going to come up and say something, and he was just going to let the nigga go. Before he knew it, the nigga then swung on him. And then this is the bitchest part about it all. It was the most pushy punch that I've ever seen in my fucking life. So you should have saved the fucking punch. You should have saved
him. He slapped him. Let's be clear.
You could have saved the slap because the slap didn't even move the man off his feet. Only thing the nigga did.
He knocked him to the side.
No, he turned.
He took that slap to the side.
Oh, listen, I'm gonna play the clip in a minute. I'm telling y'all what happened, and I'm gonna tell y'all to watch what happens. When a nigga gets moved, they feet move. When a nigga is moved by a punch or smack or anything, they feet move. His feet didn't move. He saw it coming at the last minute, and he turned his face with it. So it sort of looked like the impact was more than it was. You didn't hear no loud ass smack from that shit. You heard and then the nigga just walked away. No, if you got beef, handle your beef. Stand right there.
That's they kind of muted the stuff when they saw it.
That's some sucker shit to me. Because like I'm saying, it was still a job. And if that night was so important to him, which he has been claiming that it was, man, that little joke didn't mean shit because you was walking out of there as a black man doing some shit that nobody else has fucking done in that particular area. So, nigga, you shitted on your own shit, and now you've made it hard. I'm trying to tell y'all this. We've been seeing black folks get nominated for shit. I bet you next year we don't see as many. Because at the bottom line, they don't want that reputation. They don't want that reputation. Just because, and this is the craziest thing. If Chris would have walked up and smacked him, do you think that they would have called the police? Or escorted him out of the building? You mean to tell me the nigga that you paid to do what he did, you just let another motherfucker just smack him? How would you feel if you was getting paid for some shit and the motherfucker smacked you and the motherfuckers that paid you didn't even say shit, didn't even put the motherfucker out? That's how I'm looking at it. Because
right, but he chose not to press charges too. He could have pressed charges though.
You feel what I'm
But
saying? I'm looking at it as a point of man. As a man, because this is the craziest part about it all. Everybody that watched the video saw when he first cracked the joke. What was Will doing?
Will laughed.
He was
Will was
laughing.
cracking the fuck up. We didn't see everybody talking about they should have kept the camera on him so that we could have seen his face when he looked at Jada. But we didn't, right? But what we did, but what we did, but no, I'm talking about what his face was. Jada didn't do shit. Jada sat there.
She sat there and was like,
Jada sat there though.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that got the fuck up. So this is the part that makes it look asinine to me. Because if that was your thing and you felt so offended by it, you should have been offended the second it was cracked. And you should have had a look on your face like, what this nigga say? You shouldn't have been like, and it was a natural laugh. He was, and then he got up and smacked the motherfucker. Nigga, you got some issues if you can't control yourself in 10 seconds from laughing to going to smack a motherfucker because you look at somebody else and say, oh, they mad now. Think about it. Do you?
I wouldn't say he was mad. She was mad. I think he looked at her and saw how hurt it was for her. That's the thing of when you and everybody's different, and I feel where you're coming from, Russ. But everybody handles situations different, and it could have been a very well point that it could have been somebody. If somebody said something to your mom off cancer, I'm just saying certain things. You have people that are close to you that you defend, and it's like when you see them hurt, you feel that hurt, and you like, wait a minute, hold up, like. Wait a minute, I got to back up and rethink this. But it's like you see the pain and feel the pain. Like any day, I tell anybody, I heard a nigga over my mama. I was gonna fight my aunt over my mama, so that's a whole different ball game. But you know, but there's sometimes how people react, and everybody goes. You don't know what might have been said underneath her breath to him or anything. Anything could have been said, and we don't know. We just see what we see. Like you always tell us what we see.
What she say? You a bitch because you over here laughing at this nigga, and then he got mad like fuck it.
She didn't have to say none of that. The look on her face was
the look on her face. If you married and you care about somebody, you can read them.
Okay, but then I listen. Okay, all right, I get you.
Which again is again that's the whole, you know, him defending his wife piece. I'm not disagreeing with that at all. I'm not disagreeing with that at all. But again, it's how it was done.
Exactly.
When you, the fact that yes, no, I saw her face. You could tell that she was. If you want to say pissed, if you want to say irritated, if you want to say hurt, whatever it was. I think initially when the joke was told, if you think about it, you know, he's up for this award. You're in the moment. I'm sure he was excited. I know he's been acting for a while, but I'm sure he was excited. You kind of react, but you're not. And in that moment, he's like, oh, you know, he's so crazy, whatever. And then when he looked at her, it was like, oh shit, reality check.
It's almost a sucker punch.
Cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what I'm saying is everybody's like, oh, but he was laughing. Yeah, maybe he was in the moment before he realized, oh shit, she's taking this really serious. She's hurt. I've got to do something. Like, people have a right to change, to switch gears. Like, you know what I mean? So as far as how he responded.
Okay. Let me ask y'all a question. If this was not Will Smith, right? And if let's just say Chris would have cracked on anybody else in the audience and told the same fucking joke, would we be sitting up here talking about, oh, well, I understand him defending his wife, or would we be saying, oh, that's ignorant?
Because they're not black.
No, listen to what I'm saying. If it was let me ask my question, Tish. If it was a black person, would we be sitting there just being like, oh, that was some ignorant shit? Or would we be like, oh, that that's Jada? That's my question.
Some people, they just took it out of portion.
Let me bring y'all up on the screen. Y'all, please follow me, y'all. Follow me. Jesus. Come on, Tish.
Listen, I don't watch the bullshit, but anybody with, I got a soft part for like people with any type of medical issues. I don't care if it's little, big, small, seen or unseen. Don't put nobody personal life. They're already publicly. We already see them like that. But to see I don't know. Fuck that. Don't if you know that something's going on with me, don't put me on front stage. I'm
And
gonna slap
again,
you on the
and again, no one on this show has any proof that he had any fucking clue about her alopecia or what the fuck is going on with her.
They're so-called friends. She talked
Excuse,
about it. She's been
No, no, no,
talking
no.
about
it's
it.
all over the internet.
They done fell out
He's
before.
been talking about red type of
She
shape.
Whoa,
talked about
whoa,
it
whoa,
on
whoa,
the
whoa, 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 whoa. We on the internet right now. Everybody ain't paying attention to fuck us. Just and there are celebrities that have shit going on that everybody don't know what the fuck going on because they guess what, they got enough shit going on for themselves.
But I
See,
guess if they scroll
listen,
past
listen,
it,
listen,
they're gonna see it.
listen. It's a difference. It's a different outlook when you on the outside looking in than when you're in the spotlight.
So why
Chris,
ask us if you gonna try to
there we
go
go. Why
both
is the same person keep hollering every time I keep talking? Jesus.
because you are saying something and you're going back on each
I
side.
gotta see what I gotta do. Y'all know I will go with that mute, but shut the fuck up and let me talk. God damn it. At the end of the fucking day, it does not listen. You cannot justify ignorance. At the end of the day. At the end of the day, okay, I see. I see. Bang bang. I'm gonna go ahead and mute her ass because she don't know what the fuck to do. All right. So at the end of the fucking day, you cannot justify ignorance. At the end of the day, if I do something, listen, I have done shit in my life that at the moment I did it, I stood on what the fuck I did. But later on, I had to admit to myself that I did some stupid shit. That's why I was in court. That's why I was, fighting this shit. I had to make a real assumption about what I did in the shit, not what the fuck another motherfucker did. Real shit. Like, this is the crazy part. I watched the interview today from the guy. I don't know if y'all remember who Larry Davis was back in the day, right? Larry Davis was a street nigga in New York, but he was killed, right? But when he went to jail, he was killed by another nigga in jail. And the nigga in jail said, yo, one of the hardest things for me to do is to be out here on these streets. And he said, I went to a fucking cell phone shop one day, and some dude just looked at me and was like, niggas, you looking at me? Had no fucking idea that the nigga that he was talking to was a straight up killer. The nigga had to make a quick decision and said, I had to just go and get in my car and get the fuck out of there because dude had no fucking idea who the fuck he was talking to. And that's what I'm talking about. Will did some shit that I feel like at the end of the day, he really fucked himself up because he has no idea how bad this is going to precede him in the end. He got his little award, all that good shit, but I believe opportunities are going to slow down for Will because Will has been in enough controversy as it is to be into some silly shit like this to fuck up and disdain the image of the Oscars. Like, that's what another thing, you have to understand that this was a black man in a white man's house.
I don't even care about the image of the Oscars. We just not getting there. They didn't really want us there. Those of us that have won Oscars, it hasn't really changed the pay scale for black actors. I don't really give a shit about the Oscars. My concern is that what this has highlighted is a much bigger conversation, a couple of big conversations in actuality. Everybody has already opened the door of the conversation to the black woman being disrespected. And it's a valid conversation. I'm not saying that it's not. The other conversation is what we have been talking about in the black community all this time. Do y'all remember in the 90s when the drive-bys was just rampant? Kids was getting killed over jackets and gym shoes, the 80s and the 90s, right? Y'all remember all that? We was like, what the hell is going on? You shooting somebody because they looked at you funny, because this is the equivalent to that, except on a much larger scale, and more people will watch it. See, we've been seeing this shit for a long time. We've been seeing our brothers kill each other in the street over much less.
Talk.
The thing about it, though, is now we got two men that, whether they want to be or not, are role models, and they influence people. And so the way you handle it is going to be influential, be it positive or negative. The way it's handled on both sides is going to be positive or negative. My issue is that Yes, let's have the argument. He disrespected her. Got it. Whether he knew she had alopecia or not, at the end of the day, the comment was about her appearance. Regardless of why she had a bald head, it was her appearance. And that's what made her uncomfortable. Fine. I get it. I totally understand. He went off script. He ran his mouth. We can have that conversation. But how do you handle it? Black man to black man. I'm sorry. There is a certain responsibility that they have that every day you and me don't necessarily have. Facts. Somebody talk to you wrong. Okay. We talk about how we slap our kids when they talk to us crazy. Okay. We in our house. Ain't no camera in our face 24/7. It is different. And there is a responsibility there. You do have influence. It does matter because y'all already know when they judge one of us, they judge us all. And all they did was affirm. See, we told y'all they don't know how to act. You put them in a suit and they still act like monkeys. You put them in a suit and they still act. So at the end of the day, the whole situation just set us back. It just set us back.
Facts. And that's what I've been trying to stress at the end of the fucking day. I'm like, people looking at it like, should he have swung? Should he have not have swung? At the end of the day, no, he should not have swung. Because if this is the killer part, people just mentioned, well, they were friends, right? If your friend has offended you, you don't walk up to your friend and just still on them. I got real friends and shit that I've had issues with. But my real friends, we done talked it out. Or we done talked to a point where we just separated. But there was a conversation had. I don't look at none of my friends to feel like I could get out of pocket with them one day or say something to them that they don't like and they gonna feel like they can put their hands on me. Because guess what? As me being me, what do you think what do you think I'm gonna do if a motherfucker puts their hands on me for the that know me? You think I'm gonna sit there and just
we don't put no comment on that.
You feel what I'm saying? Like this is the craziest part. We sitting up here talking about, you know, all this shit, but I really, really fucking commend fucking Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Because he took this fucking shot. And I gotta keep repeating this shit. It didn't look like it fazed him at all. Because within 5 seconds, before the nigga even sat down, he was talking to him. Like, what? Cracking a joke within 7 seconds. Then
can I say something?
Don't say shit about my fuck. Hey, listen, man, we about to play this shit, and then we're gonna run these clips. And then I'm gonna come back. I want to hear from Mama Yoni after this. All right, here we go.
Jane 2, can't wait to see it. My God. We said this one was not going to be for the weak at heart. It is not. That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Oh, yeah! It's Austin! Stone Cold! Stone Cold! For God's sakes! Stone Cold is back! God, this has just gone too far. Well, stop it! He may have gotta have internal injuries right here. I'm out here. Richard.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
He needs some milk.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Wow, dude. Yes. It was a G.I. Jane jump. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Hear the music. I'm out of here. Richard. Wow. Will Smith smacked the shit out of me. Will Smith smacked the shit out of me. Will Smith smacked the shit out of me. Smack the shit out of me. Smack the shit out of me. Will Smith smacked 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 the shit out of me. Smack the shit out of me. Smack the shit out of me. Will Smith smacked the shit out of me. Greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
Who comes up with this shit? That's all I want to know.
Right, because
I
that's
Who
don't
crazy.
know.
who mashes this shit together?
Keep my wife's name out your
I
fucking
joke.
mouth. You ain't. But
But
listen,
I'm gonna say
I watched
it's a
that
trip.
clip. I watched that clip, and I still say,
We got to read these comments, Russ. We got a ton of.
I got you, I
Mhm.
got you, I got you. I've seen a lot of motherfuckers get slapped in my day, and I'm telling you, I'm that. And if I watch it again, that clip, he only caught him with like the 4 fingers, nigga. You walk up on a nigga, you supposed to give a nigga the palm. A nigga supposed to feel it right here. What ain't no point of doing all that shit. Like that's the craziest part. He walked up there and just 4 fingers slapped him. He didn't he didn't cuff that nigga. Yeah.
Chris was still shocked because he was kind of confused. Like, did he really hit me? He looked like, did he hit me? Like I just got smacked.
Because as dark as he was, he should have had a purple handprint on his shit, but he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
All right, come on, talk to me. Come on, talk to me. Read these comments. Come on.
Oh, damn. Okay, we got to go back. Be patient because
Slap bird around the world. I
it's
got you,
been a
boo.
good conversation. It's been a good conversation. Okay. Hey, Sunshine. Oh, I shouted out the shoes. Okay. Yes, Mama Yoni, I will get you the information. Here we go. All right. Hey, Miss Kim. This is a good conversation, y'all. That is a laugh that happens right before I explode. It's oh yeah, you think you got away with that. You said you better share because you're always threatening us, whatever. Like Bryce said, Will said rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Open hand means paper. Paper beats rock. LaShonda said, Chris shouldn't have been the only one he hit. He didn't hit August for that entanglement. I'm just saying. And like Bright said, why would he? Kim said, sorry, I don't buy that. He should not have talked about her, period. He disrespected her and got popped. Will told him years ago to stop talking about her. Like Bright responded, LOL. Will have been sleeping around and she stepped out. Can't beat a nigga for doing what you doing just with his wife. Kim. He didn't wait to be disrespected, so he didn't wait to be disrespectful, so he immediately got dealt with. Kayun, it has been worse jokes about them that he should have reacted to. Okay. LaShonda reacted to Like Bright's comment. I'm not saying he didn't, but he didn't get caught. Although I do believe he was stepping out with Margot, but it's never been confirmed or denied. Kim, Black women are the least protected and respected. People think it's okay to disrespect us, and we have to take it. He did what a man should to protect his woman. Like Bright, I don't think anyone was wrong. Jada looked, I'm sorry, Jada looked like a Rugrats Cynthia doll, and she wore all that damn green. Who the fuck's supposed to know? She's suffering from some Google disease. She got in her feelings. I can't. Kim said, not in a personal way. The comment was targeted. And she also said, exactly, he got what he asked for. Camille said, thank you. Camille said, that's the bigger issue. Kim said, he said some bullshit about her and her husband winning the Oscar. Oh, that's talking about the white people at the Oscars that he was joking about before. Camille, which is what comedians do anyway. She also says the majority of the show is off script. Camille was agreeing with somebody. And LaShonda, his mouth looked kind of twisted after that hit, though. I said, when they judge us, when they judge one of us, they judge all of us. Kayum said they did call the cops. I said, Will is a Hollywood golden child, so they are going to treat him differently. It just is what it is. Kim, I laughed thinking you don't know how much danger you in, and then I explode on your ass. That's true. Kayum Will had something to prove. Nada, Jim Carrey had said that he would have sued for $200 million. Now, would he have done that if it was Mike Tyson, The Rock, or any other white comedian? Very good question. Camille responded to Kim, I used to giggle sometimes too. Then boom, you on the floor. I've been delivered, she says. Kim, don't disrespect nobody in my family, and I'm standing there. It's on and popping. Russ, I'm with Jim Carrey. Kim, not everyone likes to be the butt of a joke. And if you can publicly disrespect me, then I can publicly give you the business. She also says, He's a fucking host on her show. Fuck whether he knew or not. He disrespected her. Period. Keita said, LOL. Camille says, Howard Stern has said the most outlandish, outrageous shit known to man for decades. Wendy Williams has done the same. Talked about people's families, private issues, etc. Ain't nobody slapped the shit out of them or discussed their intentions behind their comments. And I said,
they didn't talk about Will and Jada.
And I said facts. Kim said they need the shit slapped out of them too. Maybe those people weren't able to get to them. She's an equal opportunity slapper. Camille said, Kim, the people Wendy Williams has interviewed have been on her couch. They don't get no closer than that. She definitely has been deserving of getting her ass beat on live TV. Kim says, stop kissing Hollywood's ass. They don't give two fucks about blacks on the Oscars. I agree. Camille said, that's right. Kim said, start slapping the shit out of people for being disrespectful to you. Okay. Camille said, she's agreeing with somebody. She says, yes, as men and as black men. And then she also said, I got to smack folks in my head because if not, I'll be slapping people all day. Kim says, stop letting them define who the fuck you are. They stormed the damn Capitol and downplayed it, making excuses, and everyone accepted it. Oh my God, y'all killing me. Camille said, it's the music for me. I replied to Kim's comment, and I said, the problem is we keep defining who we are, or should I say who we are not. Camille said, replying to her, exactly. We keep proving them right. It's not about letting someone else define us. It's about the fact that the misconception of us that they have, we can't even disprove it because we keep making their point. Nada, the whole scenario reminds me of Nutty Professor when they were at the nightclub. Jada had the same reaction. Nada's stupid. Deidre, hey Deidre, I think they both were confused. Deidre also said she put Will in an odd position as a woman. She should have told him, nah, babe, it's cool. Kim, proving them right about what they say we are. Hell, they gave us that narrative, and like fools, we accepted it. They can't tell me shit about who the fuck I am and how I should act. I will match their energy. Vance, hey Vance. Vance says, I'm not mad at him. He says disrespect only breeds disrespect. Kim said those other comedians would have never disrespected her like that, and I think we are caught up.
Okay. You got a comment, Mama?
No, I was just agreeing because, somebody asked the question about whether other comedians, whether they be black or white, would have said the same or done the same. And I was just agreeing with Kimberly that, other comedians wouldn't have disrespected her like that.
Okay.
They wouldn't have. And I don't feel like him slapping him was right. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
I think that he should have defended his wife.
Okay.
But at the same time, I feel like when you're in that position, when you should know what your material is about. I don't care if it's just supposed to be funny. Comedians write what they're supposed to be saying. They don't just get up on stage and start talking out the side of their neck. They don't do rush.
Whoa, check it out.
You know what I'm saying? They just, yes.
Okay, go ahead. Finish your statement. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, your remarks are pretty much off the cuff. It's not like you write the shit down that you say. It's just what it is. It's just you. And I'm not disrespecting you saying that. I'm just saying that's how you do things. But comedians have scripts that they write. They may not stick to their scripts, but they still write some of this shit down. They just don't go blindly off what they're thinking all the time.
A comedian is a person that feels the wrong. That's a fact.
He felt that one wrong. By the end of he felt that.
Now check this out. I'm about to play a clip, y'all. Listen. I need everybody to pay attention. I'm so serious. I need everybody to focus in on this clip I'm about to play. Okay. This was, y'all remember Arsenio Hall?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember Arsenio Hall show?
Yeah.
Okay, watch this.
You can't do that in this world, man. You can't do that, man. Arsenio, they got rules. Like he has a rule. The bass player, he got a rule. He got to wax his head every morning. That's the rule. Rules, man. He follows the rules. Oh, these are jokes. Come on. See, you got too into the characters and got hurt.
Now listen. I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Do y'all know what that clip was about? Anybody?
He said something about the bass player's bald head.
Okay, okay. This is the craziest part. Listen to what I'm about to say. Do you know this is the ironic part about this situation? The bass player had alopecia. He was making fun of a person that had alopecia. Okay,
How many years ago was that? 20?
Oh, whoa. I'm not talking about how many years ago. Did the bass player get up?
Question.
Did the bass player get up and smack the fuck out of him? Because guess what? He wasn't
was
talking about the bass player's wife. He wasn't talking about the bass player's wife. He was talking about the bass player.
I think that was a bad example.
And the bass player
Very
had to
bad.
the bass player had to sit there, and he took that. He didn't fuck with you. You think he was fucking? Do you think that bass player was fucking with Will Smith and they was even cool to the point that we talking about him and Chris Rock being cool? Like, okay, he just insulted somebody about the same issue that he went and smacked somebody else about. That's what I want to talk about. How do y'all feel about that particular part of the conversation? Let me start with Shantae.
I think it's an imbalanced example only because from the sheer standpoint of how young Will was and the fact that he wasn't married with kids at the time. I know he was married before and I know he had one son, but he wasn't married to Jada at the time and had all these kids. His viewpoint as an older man is now different and they've been through some shit. That's the only reason I think that example is a little imbalanced. However, I will say this. If by chance that man had got up from his base and walked over to that couch and knocked Will out, he has a right to react to the comment. He said, yep, it's just jokes. That's fine. You thought it was funny. He didn't think it was. He has a right to react. And like I said in my initial statement, I'm not saying Will didn't have a right to defend his wife.
Okay.
It's the way he went about it. But you have a right to react. Oh boy wasn't laughing at the joke. If you looked at his face, he wasn't laughing. Right? He didn't necessarily think it was funny. He had a choice to make. Because at the end of the day, if he went over and slapped Will, he might have been out of a job. Are you worth my money? That's probably what he was thinking. You have decisions to make. That's all I'm saying. You have decisions and choices to make. And that's going to determine your outcome. I think this is going to be a negative outcome for quite a while, unfortunately.
I agree with Shantae 100%. There's nothing left for me to say.
Okay.
So I'm with Shantae, but also with Shantae and meaning in saying that was a bad example to use because nowadays there's no excuse for you not to a certain extent not to know because of social media, internet, everything being put out there like that. Back then it might not have been put out there, and alopecia might not have been a big thing like it is now. You get what I'm saying? So you can't really use that. But I agree, he did have it right. If he wanted to, he could have come up there and smacked the hell out of him.
I mean, I'm just saying it was the same type of joke. You know what I mean? Like well, no, not. Let me take that back. It wasn't the same type of joke because he made a joke about the alopecia on dude. You know,
he said him having to wax his head every night.
Right. Chris just made a joke about G.I. Jane. It was specifically about G.I. Jane because even I paid attention that in the clip when he said that was Chris's rebuttal. He said, "Man, the joke was about G.I. Jane."
Yeah,
which was a good movie.
You know what I'm saying? He like, and to me, that's what leads me to believe that it was not a malicious thing about the alopecia. He was just doing what he does as a comedian, cracked a joke, saw it in the green, and it clicked to him. Like, if you think about it, if he's on stage and it's an unscripted joke,
you're reading your crowd.
The spur of the fucking moment. That wasn't no shit that he was sitting back like, oh yeah, I'm about to intentionally try to crack a joke on her. That was some shit that he just said off the fly. And I think that it got taken the wrong way. What do you feel about it, Mama?
Well, everything does come full circle. But I agree, the bass player could have gotten up and made that a real ugly situation. But like Shantae said, That was all about his money. Because if he'd got up and smacked Will, he'd have been out of job. Most definitely. And I get that. And I just feel like people should have the ability to react. I still don't. I'm not saying that Will should have smacked him. That's not what I'm saying. Okay. I'm just saying I understand it. I get where he's coming from. And a lot of people are not taking into consideration. Will and Jada have been the butt of jokes ever since this stuff happened with them. And people always bring that up. Like, well, you didn't smack August. No, they didn't, because of the type of lifestyle that they lead, that they have in their own personal life. Like he said, mind your damn business. Because if he stayed, she stayed, they still happy. Let it be.
And but that was something that was the conversation. Like, why would you even? What does that have to do with what just happened?
Right, and I agree with you 100%. Everybody that I listened to last night, I watched a bunch of other podcasts last night. I watched a bunch of other conversations in other groups talking about this very thing, and that was the first thing that they brought up. Well, he didn't smack August. I'm like, but you have to take into consideration that they are in the lifestyle. They have an open marriage. They can do whatever they want as long as they agree and consent to it. It has absolutely nothing to do with somebody disrespecting his wife. Nothing.
And also, even if you took the open marriage part out of it, this is my other question to anybody who brings that up. How the fuck you know what he did? Behind closed doors. When when the cameras wasn't rolling. How you know what the fuck he did to August? And again, who gives a shit? Because it has no bearing on the current situation. Those are two totally different things that people try to conflate. Now, if you want to talk about, now we can have the conversation about Will's mental health in general, because you could tell that he was extremely emotional last night. His speech was super like all over the place. So I would imagine that he's probably going through some shit that was only a reaction to other things, I believe, that he is probably going through.
But you know what? Only disagreement to that is I can't never sit here and get real emotional about a nigga that wins an Oscar for acting. You know what I'm saying? And had been some shit where a motherfucker took, crowd control shit was, a couple motherfuckers was in his ear like, yo, you need to go out here and make this moment, be something different. You know what I mean? Because this is the craziest thing when they talk about his apology. This is the first thing that they said, because he later on he did apologize.
He did, and I the apology was an actual apology.
He apologized today, but I believe this because when you get to that status, you have things like publicists, you have people that put words together for you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you choose to take them, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but we cannot say that that's not a real part of that lifestyle. You understand? Right? The lifestyle that he's in. Average nigga ain't got no publicist. But when you get to Will Smith, 20 years in the game, rapping and doing the acting thing, you got him. And you married to Jada Smith, and you got kids out here, you got a publicist. You feel what I'm saying? They had a publicist to even control the show when it came out, because everybody blew up on that show. They had motherfuckers that came, they got a motherfucker. I would not put it past that the statement that was put out by a publicist. That's what I personally believe.
Now, it didn't sound like it to me, but I mean that's.
But how can we say that how it sounds like us? Because none of us have really sat down with Will and had a conversation. I'm just looking at listen. I'm saying none of us have sat down with Will and had a real conversation with Will to understand how he really talks when Will is talking. You feel what I'm saying?
My comment was based on his own references that he's made.
I'm hearing something in the background. Hold on, I'm hearing something. Okay, go ahead.
He's made references to his own mental health struggles, which is why I brought it up. He's been very open about that. We've seen him cry in other interviews. We've seen him. He can be a very emotional person. So what I'm saying is, it doesn't surprise me that if he is going through something in the background that kind of put his head all over the place, hence the type of reaction that we saw. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm about to piss all of y'all off right quick because I know y'all can't stand this nigga. Y'all already know who he is. Let's go.
One question, Will. Did you have the same smoke for August Alsina? Inquiring minds would like to know. That seemed like more than a G.I. Jane joke. Emasculated entanglement syndrome, people. This is what we've been preaching about for the longest.
I brought that up because he brought up the August thing, and you just talked about that thing.
That was a waste
You
of
know,
2 minutes of my life that I will never get back.
I ain't never gonna get that back, Rush.
I
Thanks.
mentioned
Right.
that
Thank you,
earlier.
Royce. Thank you for ruining that.
Thank you
Thank you.
for that.
y'all
It's
listen
much
to
I don't like you.
appreciated.
y'all listen to the question
No.
because we have to be objective because we just got there and we don't know him personally, right? Okay. Let's just take the opposite side of that. How do you feel about a person that has been in the public a many a day and have had many people say whatever they had to say about him, good, bad, or indifferent, praise him or downgrade him? He's used to that, right? What makes this particular incident different? That's what I want to ask. Let's go.
I think the whole incident was, didn't August like write a song, and in the song it talked about Jada. I this just how I think.
August fucked his wife. August fucked his wife.
Okay. So you basically put it out there.
He did the interview after that. You know what August said to say he had to go have a meeting with him and have a conversation after that. But yeah.
Okay. So you publicly put out there that the man had sex with your wife, and your wife had a red table talk about her entanglement. And so I think it just kind of snowballed. That's just how I feel.
Won't her choice. Well, it wasn't Jada's choice about the red table talk, because Will brought that up. He was like, "I want this," and he was actually asking questions that I'm just like, okay, that's a little crazy, but I mean, it is what it is. August did what he did, but he won't in front of a billion people though. That's a
What
whole
the
different.
fuck you mean? August shit went worldwide.
Yeah,
Everybody knew
I
about
know,
that
but it
shit.
won't live like it was, and it was a different
What do
story
you
because
mean
it's
it didn't live?
they.
It was
but the thing was, he
No, that's
still
wait,
not.
wait,
wrote it
wait,
and put it out there. So
whoa. Do you wait? I'm gonna ask you this. Do you agree or disagree that the things that August brought up, regardless of whether it was a lifestyle situation or not, he brought up a lot more than a little joke about what she was wearing?
It is what it is, but everybody knew it ain't like that. Everybody didn't know that they had an open marriage. I mean, they didn't have some
Well,
people out there.
Exactly.
everybody knew after August.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
that's
even
still
no
not the
before
point,
then,
though.
boo. Even before then, they knew about that. That was already on the table because it had been on the table when he was married to Cherie. That him and Jada were having a thing going on then, and even after that. So they were. It was a big mess.
Yeah,
Because
but the
this was
thing,
the first, this
the
was the
difference
only
was,
time that they had an issue with each other, because he had an issue with Pac. He had an issue with Tommy Davidson when she was in Woo. He had so many different things with different people. This wasn't the first, but this one, August, was the thing of more out there. Like you say, more social media out there like that, put it out there. Their business out there like that.
I gotta ask Mama Shantae a question.
Okay.
We had a conversation
Thank you, Shantae.
about lifestyle decisions, right? Who would you consider the dominant and who would you consider the sub in that conversation? Mama?
I wouldn't consider that a dominant submissive relationship. I would only consider it a lifestyle relationship because of the way that they handle their lifestyle.
But I'm saying, if you looked at the couple and you had to make a decision about who was the more dominant person and who was the more submissive person, who would you say is the more dominant?
Jada.
And
I would say it was Jada.
She's the more dominant? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Talk to me, Tay.
I think maybe when they were first together, when they were younger, it probably was Will. He's also talked about how he tried to learn from his mistakes because he screwed up so bad in his first marriage, trying to be the man, trying to be the whatever. And he kind of dialed that down from a relationship standpoint. And I think at some point it did kind of switch to where she does have a more dominant personality in that regard. Um, I wouldn't put it in the realm of dom submissive because again, I don't speak on what I don't know. I'm not a part of that lifestyle. But when you just talk about personalities of people who are married, she seems the more kind of forceful, kind of take charge,
Mhm.
kind of person in that marriage.
Yep.
What do you think? Dominant or submissive? Who's the more dominant and who's the more submissive in that relationship?
Later.
Later, that would be you.
Just do it, girl.
Say that again. I'm sorry. I was texting my mama back. I'm sorry. She was bothering me. I texted my mama back.
Right. Say the question and answer the question, Eda.
In the relationship with Will and Jada, who is the most dominant or who is the submissive out of the two? But if you looking at it like they say, you can't put it in the dominant. The most domineering person, like their personality, would be Jada, because Jada has always had that go get that street. I'm hood. This. I'm that. That Baltimorean part of her that has always been that dominant part of her. And she tell you in the first heartbeat when her and Will was more of that laid back. He liked that about her because she was kind of forth, and she was just because him and Cherie. If you listen to what Will always say when they was in a relationship, he was never supposed to be married to Cherie. He was always in love with Jada from
Is
get
is
go.
is
And it just
Baltimorean a word? That's all I want to know.
Baltimorean, yes, Baltimorean is a word. Yes, boo. I hate. Don't play me. I got him, boo. Don't play. Don't make
I'm
me call.
sorry.
Don't make me call my bestie. She's a Baltimorean. Don't do it. Just like a Washingtonian. Don't do me like that now. Don't do me. Why you take me out the screen, boys? I won't finish.
Because she was still waiting on Nada to answer the question.
Come on
Just
Yeah.
now.
do it.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
sitting up here with I asked. I was just sitting up
Dominant.
here trying to see if I
I was
asked paying attention again.
listen. I was talking to my mother.
Go
Your
off
mama
What it
wait.
screen.
was.
You know how to do that. Cut the screen
Um.
off. So you don't know to be bringing your punk ass on screen. Come on, talk to me.
Whew.
Your mama sister.
Um.
Just do it.
You know she want to.
I believe that Jada is definitely the dominant.
Okie dokie.
I mean, I just
Again,
answered the question.
I
I
want
mean,
I
we,
want to
we,
know
we
I
what
heard
the
the
think
purpose
story.
was.
Wait,
I
wait,
Shoot.
wait.
said later. Yes.
No, I'm just trying to
Shoot.
figure out. We are on a talk show tonight, right? We are supposed to be talking about it.
I just want to know what the purpose was in
Every time
playing
I
that
bring
Kevin
this
Samuels
ass on
video.
the
Like, what was
screen,
the purpose of that?
Yeah.
like, oh my God.
What was the purpose of that, Russ?
Oh my God, Jesus, Lord, Jesus, Lord, have mercy.
Cause he know we can't stand him. Cause you've heard if you listen to him, he said, "I'm sorry, I know y'all can't stand him, but y'all ain't gonna hate me. Y'all gonna hate me after this."
But
That's exactly what he said before he
I,
played this. I already
like, I
knew
feel
who
like
it
that was
was.
a pointless statement for him to make. Like, what was the point of that? I don't
I
understand.
make a lot of pointless statements on
No,
this
not
motherfucker.
you.
So,
I'm talking about Kevin Samuels, Baldy.
but no, I don't know. Listen, how can you say that's a pointless statement, but you had just brought up that statement and talked about how you had saw it online and saw everybody talking about it? Well, guess what? Just because it's not your thought process does not mean that other people do not look at it in that perspective. You know what I'm saying? People don't agree with me all the goddamn
No, no,
time.
no. I'm
Okay,
saying,
but here,
what was your
okay,
what was your thought process with the Kevin Samuels? Like when you heard him, when you heard Kevin Samuels say, "What about Augustine?" Like we were just talking about, what about Augustine? And you
Well,
saying he has a syndrome. I'm asking you personally,
okay.
when
Well,
you heard that,
I personally feel I sort of felt that shit because I'm like, yo, I looked at everything in its totality. I looked at the event. I looked at the fact that Chris Rock is a fucking comedian. I looked at Chris Rock was brought on the show to be funny. And on and I say this again because you guys don't watch the Oscars, the point of having a
I watched
comedian
it.
on, wait a minute, whoa. The point of having a comedian on the show, they have someone on the show every year roasting the talent that is up
yes, they
for
do. I mean, I've
award.
watched them before, so yeah,
No,
I
but
get that part.
whoa. That's what I'm saying. What he did was no different from anybody else that got up there. And guess what? Black folks are just now getting to the Oscars. So you mean to tell me you ain't heard, a white motherfucker ain't said nothing funny to somebody else that they felt
I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing that. Like I said, I was just trying to figure out as far as the Kevin Samuels video when he makes that statement. What about Augustine? And he tries to give Will this syndrome. Again, my question goes back to, what does that have to do with anything? Like, everybody keeps bringing that up, and I'm still trying to figure out what is the point of that.
The point is, if you got soft skin about one little joke that's 2 seconds long that was not really that inflammatory, you know what I'm saying? How can you be so fucking quiet about all the other shit that has been said about you?
But you don't know what he did behind closed doors. We just said we don't know him personally.
Oh, but guess what? We know what he did in front of the world. Now, that's true. I don't know what he's done in behind closed doors. But guess what? We wouldn't be talking about it right now if he didn't do what he did.
Very true. And I'm going to say this too. I'm going to say this because, and this is everybody. This is every single person, including us. Every single person who has commented, posted about, talked about this particular event.
We don't know shit.
Because at the end of the day, if you are not in that world, if you have not lived your life under a microscope, in front of a camera, for how many decades, granted, this is what you want to do with your life, and I understand that. But there's a downside to everything. Yeah, you get the fame and you get the money and you get the big house, but you got people in your business 24/7. And the only reason I bring that up is because we always say, well, he should have did and she should have said and we should have. Do you honestly know what you would do given the same set of circumstances in that situation if you've never been in that position? I can tell you that I want people to know my business when I want them to know my business. I can't imagine how I would react to a camera constantly in my face, to a reporter constantly ragging on me, to somebody constantly I can't tell you that I'm stable enough to handle that kind of shit. And what I'm saying is sometimes for some people, not everybody, but for some people, they have a limit. Maybe this was his limit, right, wrong, or indifferent. Maybe this was his limit because he's been dealing with this shit for a minute. That's all I'm saying.
I can now listen. I can agree with the fact that a motherfucker could have been fed up with some shit. Now, if that was the argument, if Will would have come out and said, "Yo, I just been stressed out for years, and y'all just saw some shit because the night was so intense to me that I popped off," I've been like, "All right, I can feel that. I can feel that." You feel what I'm saying? When I watched the tears that everybody talking about, I didn't get the same reaction that some of y'all getting. I didn't get that. I got that. This nigga is somewhat trying to piece this shit together right now on the spot.
I felt the same way. I felt like in that moment he realized that he fucked up, and he didn't know where that was gonna leave him. Hence his emotion. I didn't feel like it was like sympathy tears or he was trying to get some kind of. I felt like he's like, oh shit, I really made a bad move. I don't know how to handle it. And I feel like that's just how it came out.
I gotta get this. I felt it was one of them things of I gotta, sometimes you can make a bad play. But then I think like a smart motherfucker gonna make that next play and be like, well, I think I need to go ahead and try to gain the people back. What were you about to say, Tish?
Just let the hood out. He's tired. He's tired of the bullshit. He said, "Fuck the white people," and he let the hood out on them. From the hood though, he's still from the hood though. Like really, real from the hood though.
West Philadelphia.
Hey, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, nigga. Come on. Mom.
Yes, finally. So here's my comment about that. So everybody keeps bringing up August and why didn't he step to August? The reason that I feel like he didn't step to August and it wasn't an issue for him was because Jada wasn't hurt by anything August had to say.
He was hurt.
He was hurt, but he didn't. But we talking about what happened this night. Why he felt like his wife was disrespected. He didn't feel like she was disrespected because she didn't appear to be hurt or wounded by what August said. That's why he didn't go after him. To
I
me.
can see that. I can see
You
that.
know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like he was just disrespecting his wife, or she didn't look like she looked that night when Chris got smacked.
All right, well, let me tell you why I disagree, and this is from a man's perspective. Okay, the reason I disagree with that because as a man, I could see myself being more upset about my wife fucking another nigga than I would about a joke that's a 2-second joke about G.I. Jane.
But if that was you all's understanding, then that's
Understanding,
really
right?
Right.
I'm
Why
just
be
saying,
upset?
understanding.
I'm just saying, me personally,
Okay.
I would, I personally would have taken it more serious if I would have found out that my wife was fucking somebody and a nigga did an interview about it, and my wife did an interview with me, and I was damn near crying. I would be more emotionally involved with that than a G.I. Jane joke.
More
Me personally.
emotionally because of a fuck, or more emotionally because of there's something that's going on physically with
I
her.
would be more emotionally involved because that's my fucking wife, nigga. A nigga's
But they
piping my
was
wife.
fucking. They was doing what they're in the open. They was fucking whoever the fuck they was.
No, that's not what happened with their relationship. See, you need to watch the whole fucking interview. See, you be talking to a nigga that be watching interviews. If you
She was
watch
in an
that interview,
entanglement.
if you watch that interview, the whole reason about the
I did
entanglement,
watch the interview. It was very interesting.
the whole thing about the entanglement came up because at that time they had a split.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like they was just in the crib fucking and he was fucking around with her. Like, August started coming around and kicking it and shit, and she started fucking on that little young boy, and that little young boy got his head turned all the way the fuck out because she had all kind of
And that's
tricks.
what happened with them young boys. That's what they get.
This
They
nigga,
drop.
this nigga,
They said keep
bang,
playing.
bang, 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 bang. This
Stop.
nigga gonna learn.
But,
This nigga gonna
Russ, how you gonna do her like that?
because she gonna learn. God damn it. Listen, he was getting that bang, bang, bang out. You know what I'm saying? August was learning all about his Australia inside of Jada at that time. And then, if you listen to that interview, when Jada sat down with her,
Mm-hmm.
he was like, it was a lot of shit where we wasn't fucking around with each other, and I was feeling like you was doing la 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 la. And she was saying that she was admitting, like, yeah,
She
I
said it.
was. I was doing no. I was feeling a particular type of way. That's why I was da. It wasn't like, see, this is the thing about what everybody keep talking about this shit. Like when everybody talking about August, like he was in the crib with her, and Will was like, okay, I'm cool with him being here, and let's
No.
just all do what we do. That's not what was going on.
They were separated.
He was damn near about to leave.
Yep.
She was about to dip off with August. Then she switched her mind. For whatever reason, she made a different choice. She got every right to. She said, I'm gonna stick it out with Will. And then she shut it down with August. It wasn't like Will was sitting through that whole fucking shit like he was just cool with the relationship. So when we had this conversation, yeah, when I think about it, would I be more offended about a nigga that's fucking my wife than a joke about G.I. Jane? I'd be laughing my ass off about G.I. Jane, and I looked at her like, baby, that was fun. That's what I would have did. G.I. Jane wouldn't have affected me if you didn't left me for a whole nother nigga and put all our business out here. At that point, like, this is the killer part. This was supposed to be the biggest night of Will Smith's career as an actor. Why would you fuck it up? Like, at the end of the day, ain't nobody talking about how great Will Smith is as an actor the day after he won the fucking Emmy. They're talking about the shit that he did. So it completely diminishes all of the hard work. All of the shit that he's done, it diminishes that. Even though he still got the plaque, even though he still got acknowledged and he cried and all that shit, it has been diminished with the fact that he did what he did. Come on, talk to me. I see the hand up.
At the end of the day, we really don't know what was in Will's mind through the whole day, through right before the moment he went up on stage and smacked Chris. We don't know what his psyche is, but like I say, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Will need some mental health. Help. He need to be committed. I've already said that. But we don't know exactly all the different things that led up to him, that switch going off and him snapping and taking it out on Chris. It could have been other stuff from that day that we don't know. We don't know because we weren't in his mind. We weren't there. That could have just snapped, and he looked at Jada and said, "Dang, I need to do something." And he could have 50 million things: children, home, wife,
He
anything.
could, yeah, he could just had a real fucked up day.
He just could have had and just snapped. We don't know. Anybody,
So get
we can all have a time in our time in moments where we can go off like right now. We can all be cool and
absolutely,
collect talking right now,
absolutely,
and we can go to fuck off on each other. And you be like, "What the
absolutely,
hell wrong with them?" And they
exactly.
just snap. Russ, you can go off. Mama can go off. Anybody, it's out of our character. That's out of character for them. We can all go off at any time, and we just never know what fuse sets it off to the point to where, excuse me, it could be a trigger word. You could have been said a trigger word and it set me off, and I could have cussed everybody out on the panel. Said, "Fuck y'all, I'm done." We don't know. We really
Right.
don't know what was going on with Will. I'm gonna say this: it was the greatest, like you said, the greatest night of his life. And one mistake, one split second thought of not thinking fully and all logically ruined it. But my thing of it is, in the end, with Denzel and Tyler Perry taking him off to the side, because they could have berated him. Anybody could have berated him in front of everybody and said, "Man, you wrong," and just snatched him off. But instead, they pulled him to the side and said, "Hey, man, at your greatest moment, this is when they come to test you. This is when you're tested at your greatest moment. When you at the top of your peak and the top of your career, this is when it all can either, you can either go one way or you can go the other way." And he didn't know which way to choose. I
And
mean, it was after the
I think
fact,
that
but
that led to
it's
his tears too. I think the fact that Denzel being an elder,
yes,
not only in the industry, but just being an older black man and
his
talking to
mentor.
him,
Right.
I think that by the time he got up there to say that speech, all of this was now running through his head.
He
And
realized
I
that.
think that's when that moment kind of hit him. Funny thing though, y'all, I just asked my daughter. My daughter's 15. And I got my headpiece in, so she can only hear my, what I'm saying to y'all. And I said, what do you think about this whole thing? And she goes, well, I don't think he should have hit him. But I don't feel bad for Chris though. I said, why? She goes, well, he shouldn't have been talking about her. I mean, I think it depends on the person. She goes, if somebody was talking bad about Donald Trump, well, I don't care. Because Donald Trump is a horrible person. Nobody cares about if somebody talks about Donald Trump. But
Mm,
if he feels like, she's like, if you talking about somebody with a medical condition, I mean, you kind of get what you get. So that is the perspective of a 15-year-old. Just so y'all know.
yeah, but yeah, that's crazy. But
Wow.
and then I would even say this to the 19-year-old.
Oh, and she said, or it's only okay if they talked about you first. She
But
said that.
then again, I would bring this up again. He never said anything about alopecia. He never
No,
said
it's about the appearance though.
no,
That's what I
no.
said. It's about the appearance.
Whether the appearance is, listen, at the end of the day, have you ever done something or said something or been in a situation where somebody has misinterpreted what you said? Has that
Absolutely.
happened to anybody on the show?
Absolutely.
And at
Absolutely.
the end of the day,
Yeah.
when you write, and you know that, I wasn't coming at you like that, G. Like, come the fuck on. Do you feel sorry about the fuck what happened, or do you get more angry about the motherfucker that tested you? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a two-way street. Ain't everybody hates
That's
Chris.
the same thing. It comes
Oh,
back
okay. Wait
around.
a minute, y'all. Van
Hold on,
said saw a
hold on.
video.
Everybody, hold on. I'm gonna let you read it.
Okay.
Everybody hates Chris. You know what I'm saying? But don't nobody want to sit there and say, well, was Chris just cracking a joke and doing what he was supposed to do? Like, at the end of the day,
I have. I sat there and I analyzed it. Was was it an underlying thing that he was trying to just throw jabs, or was it something that Chris just came off right out the cuff and just threw it out there like he normally do? But sometimes Chris can take it too far.
but
If
wait
you
a
look at
minute.
some of the
Wait a
things,
minute.
he
Who
takes
is
it too
Chris
far.
though? Wait a minute. Wait a
All
minute.
comedians can take it too far.
Too far.
Takes it too
I
I'm
get
far.
it.
about to say. That's what I'm about to say. Wait a minute. Okay.
I've
I'm
seen
gonna bring
plenty of
all my people.
comedians,
I'm gonna
and
bring
I'm
all my
just like,
people up on the
ooh,
screen.
shit.
Wait a minute. I'm about to bring all my people up on the screen, right? We all black, right?
Mhm.
How many? Raise your hand if you used to watch Def
I'm
Comedy Jam.
Indian.
Everybody, raise your hand if you watch Def Comedy Jam. Okay.
Still do.
Every fucking week, somebody that paid for a ticket got roasted.
Yeah, horribly.
Horribly. They got talked about like a fucking dog. But guess what? Everybody knew that that was a fucking comic. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this is the craziest part about to me about it all.
Different setting.
I keep no, but listen, fuck the setting, because that goes back to what I'm saying about previous Oscars. Has anybody else roasted anybody else? Yes, the fuck they have. Has
They
anybody
have.
else ever said anything else that was really on edge that that we as black people didn't know about? Yes, they have. Oh, yes, they have.
Yeah.
But
Yes, they
again,
have.
that
Damn, and then,
setting.
whoa. Listen, I'm gonna let you talk. Damn near every fucking award show that we watch, we see some type of roast or something towards somebody else. Everyone. Whether it's a BET Awards, whether it's the Soul Train Awards, whether somebody always comes out and in a comedic role and cracks jokes about somebody else that's receiving an award. That is
in those environments you expect it. You got you go to Def Comedy Jam knowing that's what they do. You already know it before you go.
You go to Soul Train, you expect that too. People are getting awards, right?
Pretty much.
They're getting awards though. You know what I'm saying? You go to
it's also us.
But that's what we fucking up. That's what we fucking up though. That's what we fucking up, because we are the only people that have awards and do shit like that. We're the only ones that's known for having Biggie and fucking Pac and having a fucking East Coast versus West Coast.
Every time the Source Awards come on, somebody gonna fight. You already know it.
Listen, what I'm saying though, does that take away from the fact that we should not be doing that shit? Does that take away from the fact of, listen, we are in a day of an age where roasts are on television like it's nothing. You go to Comedy Central and you can find everybody being roasted. You feel what I'm saying? And some of the shit that they say on them roasts is a whole lot worse than G.I. Jane because you got green on and you got a low haircut.
Okay, wait. Hold that thought. Van says, I saw a video. Will was talking off camera. He spoke to Chris and asked him not to say anything. And he did. I think that's why he meaning Will, did what he did.
Okay. So
hold on. Wait a minute. Kim says, stop making excuses for disrespectful ass people. And Van says, yeah, people know that going there, you got to have thick skin. Right. Kim says it doesn't make it right just because you're a comedian. Plenty of comedians tell jokes that don't target people.
Then again, I keep going back to this one simple thing. If Chris Rock, listen what I'm saying, if Chris Rock would have been the very first comedian to roast somebody, I'd have been like, I see where everybody coming from.
Then here's what you do. Here's your assignment for Thursday. You go back and look at all the rest of the comedians, see who they roasted, and you find out if they roasted someone with a medical condition. That's the part that you keep skipping over.
But no, listen, the joke was not a medical condition joke. It was about what she had on the
But you understand if you don't understand what alopecia is, Rush, then just say,
Mama.
No.
If the joke would have had any, if he would have used anything that said this is a medical joke or said motherfucker in the hospital or anything like that, he said G.I. Jane, and if I looked at it and said, oh, yeah, I see what he talking about. She got on all fucking green with a low haircut. That's what G.I. Jane looked like.
I get it, but the sensitivity is, again, about appearance because of her low haircut. She knows why her hair is short.
Okay.
And her sensitivity caused her to react and say in her face and say, that shit wasn't funny. Had you just left it at the dress, maybe the point is whether he knew about her alopecia or not. The fact that he commented and made the reference to G.I. Jane when we all know that she shaved her head is still an equivalent to, yeah, I had to shave my head because I have an issue. And that's where it comes in for some people. I'm just saying that there is no black and white here, because there is so many things going on at one time. It's not that totally everybody's right, and it's not that totally everybody's wrong. There are a lot of players on this board. You got a woman who is sensitive about her hair. You've got a husband who's trying to defend his wife. You've also got a man who's trying to be a black man in this industry. He was going through some shit. You've got a comedian trying to do his job. There are all these different pieces to this puzzle. It's not black and white. It's just not.
And this is the crazy thing. In hearing her response about shit, she's acting like, well, I didn't give a fuck. That's sort of her response. Like, I wasn't tripping about it.
I haven't heard anything from her.
Yeah, I saw that today. She gave a statement.
Can you give the reference point so we can go look at it?
I had to go find it. Can't do it right now. But she said, like, in the reference, like, she didn't find it to the point where it got to where it went. And then I also saw another interview with his mother. And his mother said, I've never seen Will like that before. She says, he's never.
We all know he's going through something.
She said, I've never seen him something. Like so,
And that was my initial comment.
Oh, now you talking. All right, y'all check it out.
Y'all was too busy arguing, so I just put myself on mute. So
yeah, little devil. That's what we do. We argue every week. Y'all check out this next clip, y'all. And we're gonna get up off of Will and Jada for a minute. But this next clip, y'all let me know what y'all think about this one.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, this one deep.
Juno 4 years. I don't know how to put it in a way not sounding like a weirdo, but it's almost like, imagine I had you like at the top, like a main, like a queen or whatever. Like, I see you as that. So meaning in the sense that you know everything about me. You're the only person I'm ever gonna let you in all the way. You're gonna see me, like, you're gonna see me through every kind of like emotion or whatever, which you have seen me for every kind of emotion or whatever. But then I had, let's say, 2 people below that, which were just like consistent links. One was like a video model thing. Another one was like some older Jamaican thing. And then below that, I would just have like another 4 consistent links that I might just keep there because maybe.
Can I take a break? Can I take a break? 1 second.
Okay, if you're wondering what you just saw, it was a couple that went on a show, and I guess they were discussing their relationship. And what my man said was, well, I look at you like you the top lady. You the person that I share my dreams with. You're the person that I talk to, blah, blah, blah. He said, but under that, I got like 3 chicks. And I don't really fuck with them like that, but I fuck with one because like she's a super bad bitch and the other bitches, she Then he said, under that, I got like 3 or 4 more bitches, and I don't really care about none of them. All right, this I want to know. I'm ready. I'm waiting on y'all motherfuckers. I see the looks on y'all faces. I can't wait. I swear to God, I can't wait. I'm gonna go off the screen for a few minutes. Let's go. How do you feel about that one?
I'm still trying to figure out what the heck I was looking at because it was confusing as heck. So I'm just gonna take you down.
I just told you, nigga. God damn it!
Nigga, I heard you, but still, I was confused.
Okay, come on now. Come on.
I just told you my opinion. You
only got
me,
20 minutes left on the show. I got more clips. Come on, let's go. What did you feel about the clip?
Is he listening to anything
I just told you what the man said.
I heard what you said the man said, but I was still confused as hell. I don't have an opinion. Next.
Oh my God. Come on.
I love you.
Come on, Shantae. Y'all niggas.
You know when you had a shrimp and lobster tower.
Okay.
I feel like that's how he was explaining the women's, you got the one at the top, and then you got the legs, and then the shrimps, and then you got your condiments at the bottom, and then what I mean, like with the dipping
I
sauce
can't
and
with
stuff.
you, Tay.
Listen. All I'm saying is, you could tell by her face she was not prepared. Like for a minute, she was trying to figure out what he was saying, and the more he kept talking, the lip kept kind of going up before she walked off of there. People gonna learn to stop springing shit on people before giving them a warning. Cause see, had she slapped him or shouted, then y'all want to say she
It would have
wrong
been
because
justified.
she gonna be on snap on oxygen because you want to spring shit on people in front of the camera. Y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn to stop running your mouth in front of people. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Strip and lobster.
It just seems like he just admitted that she's the queen bee, which I don't believe in men calling women queens. I have a whole issue about that. But anyway.
Say queen.
Um hmm?
Uh, he threw that in there. What you say, Queen?
Anyway. So she's the queen bee, and so he's cheating on this pyramid of women. That's what he's doing. That's I mean, you just admitted
Yeah,
that you've been
Lashonda.
sleeping with all these
Yeah,
women.
Lashonda.
Each woman that you've been in that he has been with he has categorized them in different levels in this pyramid. That's how I see it. Now
Lobster,
y'all just being funny. Y'all being funny.
crabs,
Man, stop.
crabs,
Stop.
crabs. Okay, I'm.
Yeah, so you got different
Told you.
crabs going on.
No.
I see with him.
She sat there way longer than I would have.
Mm-hmm.
She sat there way longer than I would have because I feel like I'm every woman. I got enough hair in my closet to be whoever the hell you want me to be, with whatever
Come on,
accent you
mama.
want me
You
to
better
be.
tell it. You better
So for
tell it.
me, you telling me I'm the queen, but you got to have all these worker bees, lobster, shrimp, and steak. I don't get all of that. You're not finna play me like that. I'm not finna do it at all, period. And she sat there a really long time listening. And she was like, did this nigga just say
Right?
what? You know what? I'm finna go. And I don't blame her. I'd have walked right on out. Because I'm like, you can't, how you just tell somebody that on TV?
With
In
that
front
fake
of
ass
cameras, like you
ponytail
ain't
on
said
his
nothing
head.
about it before then. My other question is, how you hiding all of these extra 8 women that you fucking aside from me? Because I keep you real busy. You ain't got time.
Come on. The way my hair is set up.
You ain't got time. You recuperating and trying to recover. You ain't got time.
I'm gonna say this shit first.
You can say whatever you want to say. I said what I said.
No, Mama, I'm not going. Why you hollering at me?
It is what it is.
I ain't even did nothing. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all what my natural reaction was when I watched the clip. I watched it and I was watching it, and my face was like this originally. I was just like, what? But then over time, my face started going.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then I had a what the fuck, that's what the fuck face is. All right. This is what I believe. Because I believe they wouldn't have been on that show if she didn't know something wasn't right. I just don't think that she knew how wrong it really was. You feel what I'm saying? She probably knew about that first tier.
Oh yeah. She
But
had to
that
know
second
something.
tier, when he got to that second tier, and he said it's about 3 or 4 of them on that second tier. And
he kept going.
She was
He
like,
was down to the shrimp and the vegetables and the condiments, baby.
Man, she was like, that's 7 bitches. And then my face just said, God damn, I'm glad that ain't me. Because this was the thing. I think that some people get cocky under certain situations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he started to talk a little too much. And he started to feel himself on the camera. I think he went off as the man. But when she walked off, if you paid attention to his look on his face, he was like, "Oh shit,
Mm-hmm.
This bitch about to stab me in the nuts.
I done plucked up. Mm-hmm.
I hope she flattened his tires on her way to the clinic to get tested. I hope that's what happened.
I was like, how in the fuck is this nigga still talking? I was like, not too often do I look at something and I just want to tell a nigga, shut the fuck up, nigga. You about to die. You
really, Vance?
No, Vance. No, Vance. Don't even try it, Vance. Don't go there. Don't go there, Vance.
Man, all right. Now, I want to bring up trouble. Trouble. What would you have done if that had been you in the clip?
You leave little trouble alone.
So you had me in backstage, so I wasn't in attention.
Oh, okay. All right. I know how to handle that one. All right. Thank you very much. That was so beautiful. That was so beautiful that you just wasn't paying attention in the first goddamn place that your ass.
I was paying attention. I don't want to answer it because I ain't heard.
See, that's what you should have said in the first place. I don't want to answer it because I ain't heard. You see that bullshit I be dealing with? Y'all niggas ain't shit on this show.
Wait. Don't do us all like that.
Y'all ain't shit because y'all.
You know she gonna do you like that. You know she got to mess with
fuck
you.
with me as we go. Y'all don't act like.
Well, I'm toe up, so I ain't studying you.
All right, man.
Go shine your head. Go shine your head.
Right. Y'all know it's getting late, so I got to get on my bullshit real quick. This one right here. Yeah, you know, the later we get, the more on my bullshit I get. And
I'm glad I'm toe up right now.
Check it out.
Man, boy, he's thinking for real. He'd be mad, boy. He could have just played your ass right now.
We can't hear you, baby.
You muted, boo.
All right, cool. I want to set this up. You know, sometimes you get into it with a motherfucker, you know.
What's in your cup?
But this nigga got into it with a nigga in his own crib, right? So what you about to see is the man in the white tank top. This is his crib. And he got into it with this other nigga in his crib. I want y'all to remember. I want y'all to just throughout this whole clip, just remember that I said in his crib, in his very own crib, where he goes to sleep. Because the way that this video gonna end up, if you have not fucking laughed all goddamn day, this one is gonna tickle your motherfucking funny bone. Let's go.
Man, go ahead, Patrick. Boy, he's thinking for real. He'd be mad, boy. He could have just played your ass right now, bro, if he wanted to. See, the rock too much, see? That's what I said. Oh, okay, oh.
I don't know how I feel about a nigga getting his ass whooped like that stole on a nigga first. I don't know how I feel about that. Shantae, I see you waving your hand. Don't talk to me, baby.
Don't start no shit. It won't be no shit. Don't start no shit. It won't be no shit.
First of all, I want to know who was in the background laughing the whole time. That's number one. That's who I would. Why this man ain't got no furniture in his house? What is going on?
He had a table.
You let this man beat your whole ass in your own house and go run up the steps. Who is not helping you? Why don't you have any friends? Because everybody taping that let you get beat up. I don't understand.
They told him to stop. They told him to stop. They tell you if you listen in the background, they said leave him alone. Old boy said leave me alone. Go on now.
I couldn't hear past the laughing.
I know. I was laughing too. But if you seen old boy, he had kind of pushed him off. He was like, go on now. He did it with one hand. He just kind of brushed him off. But when old boy kept coming back, he was like, okay, let me show him what I can do. I was like, he was done. When he got on top of him in there, and then when that was me that was in the background screaming. When he hit him with that table,
he picked up the chair.
He was doing wrestling. He was doing WWF. He had Raw, right, Monday night, Friday Night Raw. Yeah, we went to WWF on that one.
I'm
Yeah,
about to take my
yeah, Russ.
hold on.
Russ, Russ. I
Let
see
me
why you
get
put that. That
this.
was WWF, WWE, and Raw all in one. Yeah, let's roll.
My philosophy is you get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
Hold
Period.
on.
Period. I
I'm
can't
doing
stand it.
everything.
I can't stand it.
I can't stand you, Tish. I can't stand you.
I can't.
Man,
Sit down, Tish. Sit
I
down.
got a few questions. My first question is, who taught old boy how to fight? Like, who did he
Clearly
learn that
nobody.
stance from? Who taught him that?
Clearly
Second
nobody.
thing for me is this the second clip in the last 2 weeks.
Right.
Watch
That's what I
somebody
was
get
saying.
their ass beat in their own house
In their
while
own
they supported.
house.
Friends was there
Yes.
recording it
Friends
and
house.
laughing. Like, I don't get that. What kind of friends do you have? What kind of people do you
Everybody
allow
ain't
into your house? Then my other question is,
That time I
why
can't
you
hear.
start why you start a fight that you can't finish or win?
Why you write a check that your ass can't cash? Okay.
Yes, because you put that all out there, like you trying to punk him, bum rush him. You're like, man, come on now, come on, we ain't gonna do this. And he got his ass tore up off the frame, and then he ran like a little bitch up the steps, like ran up the steps, like, oh my god, no, he's gonna come and get me. You should have thought about that shit before you started that shit.
That's what he gets.
See, this what got me. I was raised on this little phrase when I was a kid. Don't go to nobody else's crib and get your ass whooped. Because I was taught that, like niggas got shit in their crib that they can protect their crib. And I've always had that mindset, nigga, if you come to my crib, it's on and popping. I've literally got, police records about that shit with me and my baby mama and her other baby daddy. We came to the crib and I was in the crib, it got ugly real quick. This is the thing that pressed me though. The nigga at the crib, the nigga who crib it was, he was the one that was initiating the fight. He was just
because he was so shimmy.
And then dude caught his ass. Man, because I watched which punch it was. It was that last punch because he snuck in on him. And he threw one and it sort of caught dude on the chin. And dude, he said chill, but by the time it hit his brain that he got hit, he just charged that motherfucker and beat the fuck out of his ass. But the funniest thing that I think I saw out the whole thing, because I laughed through it a couple times. But when that nigga picked up that table, God damn it, WrestleMania is this fucking weekend. Vince McMahon needs to hire this nigga right now. He needs to be at WrestleMania in Dallas, Texas this Saturday and Sunday. I said, God damn it. I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be definitely watching WrestleMania this weekend. I said, this nigga needs to jump out of the crowd. He has to run up on Stone Cold, because Stone Cold Steve Austin gonna be there, and he needs to run up and do that shit to Stone Cold, so Stone Cold Steve Austin is right there in the middle of the ring, and I'm gonna be like, yeah! Oh! I'm gonna have my beer, and I'm probably gonna knock that bitch over. Be like, whoa, that was my shit. But I'm trying to tell you, I don't understand. Niggas that do
But
that
Kim,
shit.
he ain't got no weapons. He ain't even got no furniture. He probably got a spoon and a fork in the drawer.
He had that table.
He had a chair.
We about to wrap up the show, y'all, and I'm gonna tell y'all how God is working with me on this show right now. You just said something like that table, right? Like listen here. This next clip I'm gonna play, it's about. Okay, I'm gonna give you the backdrop. It was a couple, right? It was a male and a female, and they had a relationship problem, and they broke up one day, and then the nigga found out the next day that she was fucking another nigga. Now I need y'all to really listen to this shit because they outside and it's another nigga sitting up in the crib like recording this shit. Like, what the fuck's going on out here? But y'all listen to what these niggas are saying. Check this out.
What you do, man? Oh, you better open.
Yeah, call him.
Let me call 911 get the fuck away from this dumbass bitch.
You gonna treat me like shit. You gonna treat me like shit. You tell how you go up there and trick with niggas. You stop me for one day and trick with a nigga for $150. You fucking niggas and shit. You supposed to love me? You can leave me for motherfucking 5 minutes. You at a nigga's house. Fuck
away from me. What you wanna do? That's all
what kind of drug dealer you know, bitch?
Get my keys.
Now I don't know if y'all can see that shit and could laugh as hard as I was laughing, but through the whole clip, this nigga had a bottle of water, and he kept throwing the water on this bitch, and I kept saying, "Well, how much water is in that motherfucking pot?" I said, "This nigga got to be like Moses. You know how he split the water, split the seas, and just said, motherfucker, this is fun."
You're so damn stupid.
He said, then the killer part that got me, he said, let me see if I can do the voice. He said, "Motherfucker, I leave you for one day, and you go off and fuck another nigga for $150. That's what the fuck you do."
He had the sprinkler.
He kept blessing with the holy water. He kept that was
exactly.
That nigga, you fucking host. He said, "Oh, give me my keys back." He said, "Fuck that shit, bitch. I'm gone."
He was doing the ghetto exorcism.
Now talk to me. How do you feel about that video? Who was right and who was wrong? They just had a basic ass argument. She went out and fuck for $150. I gotta go get another beer. Oh,
well, at least he got paid. That's a lot of people who cheat and don't get paid. So that's how I feel about it.
Look at the upside. Look at the upside.
I'm looking at the positive here. At least he got paid for it.
I don't think he got paid. I don't even think he got paid. I think he just found out that she fucked him and got $150. I think that's what he found out. And he was hollering. Guess what? I've never heard of a pimp getting mad because his hoe went out there and brought some money home. Have you ever heard of that? Have you ever heard of a pimp being mad or a nigga getting mad that was pimping his bitch and got mad because she brought $150 home for one night? No, I don't think I've ever heard of that.
150. I don't think so, like 250. But you know,
but I'm just saying, if you saw how they was talking out there and you saw that holy water, that $150 went a whole way. That $150 had Jesus on it. Come on, talk to me.
Listen, ghetto exorcism. He felt like she was being, she was all in her flesh, and she needed to rebuke that spirit.
Come on, preacher.
And he felt like he was helping to cast out that demon that caused her to go out and get that $150. That was not the point. It was not the $150. The point was, it was 24 hours later.
24 hours. You out here hold quick.
And her gag reflex was ready for that $150. Just say amen.
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 I'm gonna drink on that one.
We on the fucking road. Anybody else got anything else to say about that wonderful knockout?
That
was it. I'm done.
Water.
Listen to her.
Sprinkle me. Yeah.
Sprinkle me. Lucia. Look. I'm gonna do 2 bottles on you. I'm a Lucia.
In the islands of Waikiki.
Okay, I got a question for y'all. When y'all were in school, did your mothers ever get into a dance competition like at a pep rally?
Yeah.
Oh, they did. Okay, well, check this out. I want y'all to watch. I want y'all to watch this pep rally. These young ones, these niggas, you can tell this ain't high school. These are some young niggas. This got to be like middle school. You can
I
tell by
know, Vance. That's insulting in this
check
day
this.
and age. It should have been more than $150.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Check this out. I want y'all to watch this, and we're gonna discuss what we feel about this one right here.
No. No. No.
Oh,
No.
keep going.
No. No. That's something Tish would do, but my
You
mama would
goddamn
not have
right.
done. No. Mm-mm.
Thank you, Russ, for putting me up there. Listen, every time that song come on, I'm be like this. Every time. I don't care. Yes, tag, I meant tag. I'm about to play right now. Girl, you working with some bad shit. Every time. Every time.
Yeah. Tish, yeah. Okay. Yes, Ross, we can't hear you. We can't hear you, baby.
Okay.
Russ,
You
we can't hear
muted.
you.
You feel like it's okay to be at under 8th grade pep rally and to be a mother, and just because your song comes on, to go out there and bust it open in front of the kids, in front of the whole crowd, you think that's cool? As opposed to like if you're in the club and you're out in an adult situation and you're doing whatever you do, or you're in your own house and the kid sees you dancing, that's one thing. But what do you feel about you be a parent that when you go back home, that kid got to go back to school and deal with the fact, Mom, let me finish my question. If you ever let me finish my questions, you can talk every time. So, like, if you ever, like, God damn it, let me go. Go ahead, Nick. God damn. This nigga here.
Okay, listen. I wouldn't have did it at a pep rally, but like at a
That's what the question is. Listen, that's what the question is. That's what the question. This ain't about nothing else. If you were
not in no pep rally.
Okay, that's where we at. We got to keep the conversation where the conversation
not
is
in
at.
a pep rally. I would not.
Okay, all right. Now talk to me, Mama Yoni.
It would not be something that I would do. And I get your point completely. I've got grandkids right now. Yeah, we'll play football. We'll do a whole number of different things. But one thing I'm not going to do, even if I'm having fun, is not embarrass my kid. Because see, bullying and stuff is not like it was when we were kids. You get bullied today, tomorrow. You know, you had a conversation. Y'all fighting, y'all best friends for the rest of your life. Bullying is different now. These kids ain't as hard as we were coming up. These kids are real soft. That right there will cause them to get bullied, messed up, and we don't know what the fallback from that is, what the ramifications of that is. So for me, it's a hard no. It's not something that I would do. And I like to have fun and kick it with the best of them, but that's not something I would do at a middle school event.
This is my question. At what point did schools get to the point where they said that's okay, where we're gonna bust it open and tell parents to come out here and bust it open? Because it 1 second, God damn it, will you please stop doing that? I'm gonna choke the fuck out you tonight. Like at some point, isn't it up to who do you blame? Do you blame the DJ? Do you blame the parents, or do you blame the school for allowing that to happen? Let me come back to me, Mama.
So I think it's more of an issue with who's in charge of the school now. It's who's in charge of the school now, because when we were coming up, that never would have happened. You know, you were trying to get parents to supervise the dances and supervise stuff like that. Pep rallies never got that out of hand. And since the dances have become what they are, and it's socially acceptable in a sense, I guess that the age of the people who are overseeing our kids has also changed. So the perspective that they have is completely different than what we had when we were coming up. because you don't see them. Go ahead.
I think we need some more Joe Clark ass niggas out here. Some more lean on me ass motherfuckers out here.
Absolutely.
That will go to the school and be like, what the fuck is going on? All right, if this is going on, we're gonna put a bunch of you motherfuckers over here in another school. Y'all know what they is. Them bad. We're gonna put y'all over here in one of them sections because we're gonna try to raise the kids right. Like I could only imagine what the fuck happened after that. You know, like shit. I can only shit. If I would have saw that and I knew my kid was at that fucking event, I'd have been like, your ass ain't going to no more motherfucking pep rallies ever. Like you could have been mad at me as a motherfucking kid, but as a parent, I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm not gonna allow you to go to no place where you can sit there, and especially if I got boys, and you can go there and you got grown ass women twerking on the fucking floor, busting it open on the floor. And guess what? They weren't no they weren't no out of shape, ugly ass women. These were some thick stripper ass looking chicks. They busted it open. Come on, talk to me. Come on, talk to me, Nay.
I went to a predominantly white school, so I would definitely blame administration for allowing that to even go on. It shouldn't be allowed. I don't care if it's preschool, kindergarten, 8th grade, 7th grade, 5th grade, or high school. That is just unacceptable. And the mothers looked like they were maybe under 40. So it's almost like I kind of expect that. That I've never ever in my whole entire life seen anything like that. It was just disgraceful. And those children are gonna walk around the school, like Mama said, being bullied. And yeah, no, unacceptable.
All right,
It's sickening.
Talk to who did I forget? Who did I miss? Shantae.
My daughter is in 10th grade. I am 43 years old, about to be. I model. I have done photo shoots in lingerie. However, what I don't do is have people at her school be my friends on Facebook. I don't have coworkers be my friends on Facebook. I don't even have her friends' moms necessarily my friends on Facebook if we have not known each other for some time. I also choose very carefully the kinds of images I choose to portray on my page because I have a child in school. I can be a grown ass woman and do grown ass things and still be appropriate because I'm a fucking mother.
Facts.
That always comes first. The fact that you can't draw a line between your kids' activities and your own is a fucking problem. They ought to be ashamed. I don't know where this school is, but this is part of the problem. And y'all know I'm gonna always bring it back to our people and our community. We so busy hypersexualizing everything. We hypersexualize our girls and then we wonder why they get abducted. We hypersexualize our boys and wonder why they can't stay committed in relationships. That imagery starts at that age. You couldn't do nothing else on that floor but that. You know, when we used to have dance-offs back in the day, we do you trying to break dance or, you trying to do the Cabbage Patch or the Running Man, some cute little something. Those days seemingly seem to be gone. We can't do nothing else. Apparently our bodies can't do nothing else but twerk.
You know what's funny about that?
I want to come up after you.
I remember when I was in school, and guess what? Because I was, we were kids. When Guy would come on, Al B. Sure would come on, we would try to get real up close and personal with a motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? But it was always some motherfucker that would walk up to us and say
6 feet.
6 feet, 3 feet, or whatever the fucking distance was. Be like, yo, y'all ain't gonna be no babies made on my watch. Now it's like, man, fuck y'all little niggas. Go ahead and fuck yourselves up some more. And we just gonna pick the ones that don't fuck around and fall for the traps. It seems like that's the system that our kids are in. It's like they're more set up for the trap, and those that just so happen to bypass the traps, those are the ones that are going to make it in this next generation. This generation that we are facing with now, if you look at that as your child being in a school that is not a high school, but a matter of fact, fuck it, even if it was a high school, if you look at that being a fucking school, a place that you send your kid off to learn to become a better person so that one day they can get the fuck out your house and be a grown and adult person of their own. If anything happens to you, you're not as worried about them. That generation, I'm worried about. And y'all know what I do. And I be telling y'all shit like this goes down. But if you do not pay attention to your own kids, you cannot be upset when your kids begin to raise themselves. Go ahead, Tish.
Hello?
Okay, so let me stop. I ain't gonna be funny right now. Nada, that song came out when, and I'm gonna address it. That song came out, and that the song was for my age group. When that song comes on, that was a pep rally. I mean, that was a dance off. I know exactly because we had just me and we that video that you pulled up. My daughter's in a dance group, so we already watched that. It was a dance off. But also, when that song come on, who don't do that around kids like that? If it's not in the setting, so if you're in that setting, you're doing that, yeah, but not in front of no kids. I play around all day fucking long, but I can guarantee my respect is gonna be it pure point blank. But
okay, let me rebut.
I got a question for you. I got a question for you. Okay, you said, fuck it. Not as long as ain't no kids around. What if you're at work and the song just comes on? You gonna get up and start twerking at work?
I'm gonna be like this.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you this. No. I ain't asked you that. I ain't say was you gonna be sitting there rocking in the chair. I'm asking you, do you feel it's okay?
I wouldn't get up and dance.
Okay, okay. If you saw somebody else in the workplace, get up and just start.
I'm not gonna get up and dance.
No,
but
listen.
It's my song. I'm not gonna get up and
listen to my question. If you was in the workplace and you saw another employee that you worked with, and the song came on and they just got up and start busting, would you be like, "That's a cool place to do that in"? Would you be like, "Oh, that's cool. We at work. That's my girl"? Or would you say, "God damn, girl, we at work. Shit, you can get fired for that shit"?
So I'm my own business. So I don't care what goes on in nobody else's. I'm my own business owner. So
okay, before you had your own business, when you worked for somebody else, because let's not act like you had your own business all along. When you worked for somebody else, if that same situation happened, would you be like, "Oh, it's cool"?
I was sitting down on my other jobs, so I still was doing it. But okay, let me stop playing around. No, it's not cool, but that 99s and 2000, back that ass up. That was what they did. Y'all quit acting like y'all fucking old and don't know. Like if Al Green came on, you ain't gonna get up and start doing a two-step.
Wait a minute.
Wait. But we're talking about
y'all idolizing how old people used to move in groups. That 99 and 2000, it's two different age groups. Yes.
Whoa.
That's not what we saying, Tish.
We didn't say that, Tish. Wait a minute. I didn't even rebuttal against it. I didn't even get to say anything about it. So I got you.
Listen, this is why I don't agree with that. Because listen, at parties that I was a young dude at, my mother would be at some shit. And even though some shit she knew, and she might sing a little bit and she might move a little bit, she might rock side to side to it. My mother never did what she would do when I knew, like I didn't seen my mama and heard stories about my mama kicking it. You feel what I'm saying? My mother never did. My mother never did shit around me that she did with her friends. Like, guess what? Y'all know me personally. I do a lot of shit, but I don't do it around my kids. I smoke on the show with y'all and have a drink every fucking week. My kids have never seen me light up any fucking thing outside of a cigarette around them. And usually when I do that, I'm walking away from them. They just come, they just might walk out and catch me. But I don't deliberately do anything in front of my kids that I'm responsible for, that I want to be something successful at some point in life, and then say, well, that's still my song. You feel what I'm saying? Like if I was at an event, like prime example, I love hip hop. Always have. I loved it since a kid. But there is some shit that even if they played a song that was my shit when I was a kid, if they played if they played Too Short in front of my kid, I would be walking over to the DJ like, yo, G, what you playing in here, G? My kid is in here. At that point, I wouldn't even give a fuck about nobody else's kid. My kid is in here, bro. What the fuck is you playing, bro? Change that shit.
What type of party are you going to with your kids?
Listen,
I'm not
anything that has a bunch of kids in it like that, a setting like that, I'm gonna have a fucking problem.
Oh yeah, settings like that. Yeah, I understand that, but
that's what we're talking about. We're talking about this one particular scene. We ain't talking about nothing else. Like, and in a scene like that, I'm gonna have a fucking problem. I'm going
in a scene like that, I wouldn't do nothing. I wouldn't even get up like that. But at home, hell yeah, I'm gonna do it. But not in no setting like that though.
Yeah, but yeah, we talking about in a setting. We ain't talking about what you do at home.
Oh, okay, because as soon as we get off here, I'm gonna play that song and I'm be.
You can do whatever you want to do, and guess what? Once we get off
and my kids ain't here, so I'm gonna do it.
Guess what? Even on this show, if you decided that you wanted to get up and play that shit, and guess what? I would cut it off for two reasons. For one, I would cut it off for copyright reasons because I don't want to lose my fucking show because you decided to play some shit. And then two, I'm gonna cut your ass off like I do every time else. And I'll be like, yo, this is fucking the premise of the show. I don't do it. I'm like, y'all niggas watch me argue with you, but I don't argue with you out of fucking, I'm doing this shit to get her. Anybody that knows me that has been on this show for a long time knows when it gets to the point where I feel like the premise of where I'm trying to push the show and we going in a different direction, I'm always gonna be that way. Come on, talk to me, Tay.
So I feel like this particular clip that you showed really highlights the hypocrisy of our community. And the reason I say that is because we always are real quick to say things like it takes a village, right? We need to raise kids like the old people raised us, right? We need to do what the elders used to do because these kids today, like somehow we don't have any responsibility for their behaviors or lack of discipline or lack of self-control. Like we don't have nothing to do with that. Mm-hmm. And that's bullshit. Me and my mother were in a beauty supply store and it was not owned by us. And they were playing hip hop music. However, they weren't playing. It wasn't like they was playing. I'm in Detroit, so it wasn't like they was playing. We have 107.5 and 105.9, right? We got these hip hop stations or whatever where they, they bleep out the words and all. That's not what they was playing. They were playing the full on,
the unedited version.
And at first, when we first walked in, we didn't catch it, but we looking for hair. Now they're looking for hair. Takes a minute. Mm-hmm. So the longer we in the store, we hearing more and more of this music. And at one point, we looking at hair, and we hear some yo bitch. And we stopped and we looked at each other. We was like, wait, did I hear what you did? Is kids in the store? It was an elderly woman in the store. My mother is technically an elder. She stopped what she was doing and she walked up to that counter and she said, "Excuse me, sir. I don't know what this music is or where it's coming from, but I'm going to need you to change it to something more appropriate.
Facts.
There
Facts.
are children in this store. I
Mhm.
am in this store and I don't appreciate it. So you need," she didn't say, "Do you think you could change the music?" She said, "I need you, because I'm about to spend
Mhm.
money in your store. I
Mhm.
need you to change this music." This is the problem. We so busy talking about what everybody else is doing to us, and we don't take the time to take charge of our own situation.
Facts.
You can't talk about what nobody else is doing to you when you're not taking charge of your own shit.
True.
If it was a bunch of adults in that gymnasium and they wanted to have a twerking contest, have at it. I am all about it. Do your thing. Being a big girl, I will listen. I'm watching Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big Girls right now. Them girls be getting it, but they grown ass women about to be
Mhm.
on the stage with a bunch of adults. That is not what I'm talking about. We are talking about the example that we're setting for our children, and it's piss
Mhm.
poor.
Hallelujah, and let Jesus be praised.
Amen.
So with that clip and going with that, it's the whole thing about you have children raising children. They don't have the concept of big mama and them in the forefront. Now, I can say this because my mom has shown me from experience of saying this is where you get it from. I've seen my mom do dances and I was like, whoa, I did not know my mama could get down like that. I learned where my mama could get it from. Where I got it from. I learned it. I got it from my mama. Like they say, you get it from your mama, but my mother did it in a concept of we were within family surroundings. We weren't out at the school. We weren't out at the parties. Now, my mom and them chaperone parties, and I've chaperoned parties, and I've heard that, like the song, that's my song too, Tish. But the one thing I will not do is get out there and embarrass none of my nieces and nephews and say, "Oh, that's my song." I'm in the cut because we were all, we've even said it as chaperones. We have all said, "Y'all remember back in the day when this song used to come on? What we used to do?" That's even like with the percolator. We used to get down with the percolator, get back there. I'm telling my age, I'm going back. We get down with the percolator and other things like that. It was a thing of you had to have the respect. We had teachers that used to have songs from back in the day when they chaperoned us. They used to come out there, but they knew the concept of we have that 6 feet. They would be in their own little corner. We be in our own little area. They doing their thing. We see them. We be like, okay, whatever. That's the one thing we will not do. And I will always say, I've always said, the one thing I will not do is get out and embarrass none of my kids or my nieces and nephews because in the long run, that's gonna affect them and it's gonna have there's something to do with their psyche. I have actually embarrassed my niece, not intentionally, but because Auntie, I can't believe you got this and you did that. Baby, I'm an adult. I can do what I want to do. I can wear what I want to wear. And it wasn't anything revealing, but because it was colors, she just felt her auntie shouldn't be wearing colors. So she felt like her auntie needs to be boring, which I'm not. And that was the thing. And I have to tell them, you got to remember, we made these trends for y'all to be able to take them on and come back with them. So you cannot embarrass your children. I stand still and say, hey, there go my baby. Look at him, watch him. But certain songs, like you said, Russ, certain songs, I have to say, excuse me, we have to approve the playlist before you put it up. And certain things like that one was not a song that you played back in the day. That's not a song you play now. Nay, nay.
Okay, so with the type of jobs that I've had, when a song that I like has come on, I mean, I may sing the words or move side to side, do a little two step. That's about it. That's it. But what I was talking about, you are in front of children
Mhm.
twerking. You are in front of children.
Doing
Children
full
are
splits.
very impressionable. Monkey see, monkey do. That is what I am saying. And we wonder why children are the way that they are. Because they're looking at what we do.
Uh,
That was all I was saying.
I
this is
feel
what I
like
feel about
I
this.
feel like
This is
we
what I
have
feel about
become
the internet.
attention whores.
What you
And
say?
and and I feel like we have become attention whores. And excuse my language on that, but I feel like we have become, it is so much about the views and the clicks and the how many eyes can be on us at one time. We have become attention whores as a society. I'm saying as a whole. And that is something that has to be combated by those of us who see it, right? That specific situation was all about attention. It was no longer about the kids. It was no longer, because even with that being a dance competition, and Tish, you probably know this better than any of us. Even with that being a dance competition, girls get into dance to help their self-esteem. They get into dance to raise their confidence, right? They get into dance for all these different reasons. At that particular moment, at that snapshot in time, it wasn't even about the girls anymore. It was about those. That's not what it's supposed to be about. So you took it upon yourself. I'm talking about those women. You took it upon yourself to take from those babies when it's supposed to be about them and put that focus on you. We have become attention whores.
You know, the worst part about that whole thing is this. Outside of all of that, we just saw like a minute clip of them twerking, right? What is that parent like in real life? What is that
For a
parent like?
parent to do that, they wrong you.
If a parent would do that in public, like full on, and just not give a fuck about any other kids, let alone her own child, like what the fuck else does that kid see at home? Like how many other motherfuckers is she fucking? You know, like how many? Oh, this shit goes deep. How many other fucking relatives does that kid have that's not from the same father? Because that's the type of person. Listen, that wasn't no shit. That wasn't for no money. That wasn't for no money. They just said,
so
man.
Prior to that, they asked parents. No, outside of that, because I don't know all the dialogue to that, because when we showed that video, that it was only maybe a 3 or 4 minute video. But at dance competitions, we have dance offs, but it's certain dance offs, and I don't. I'm all into the dance with my kids, because I got to make sure that certain things are certain things. Right. What I do is what I do, and I won't do it in front of my kids. But if it's a dance competition, dance your ass off. It's a dance competition because you're competing. But
this is
yeah.
Okay.
Hold on.
This where you lost me. I'm gonna tell you where you lost me. You lost me with your very first words. You said these are parents dancing in front of kids.
Dance competition. If you don't have kids in dance, if you don't have kids in dance,
whoa. You're not on the big screen. You're not on the big screen. So this is the killer part. Dance competition or not. They weren't just dancing. They were busting it open.
But she's speaking from her experience, though.
Okay, I understand that, but I'm speaking from mine.
Right, but I'm saying let her finish, because she there was a but there. I wanted her to finish that.
I'm gonna let her get to her butt, but still, at the end of the day, it does not disregard the fucking fact that a parent would bust down like that in front of kids. I understand dance routines. I understand that. I've dated girls that have been in dance clubs and all that shit. The Jessie White tumblers, all of that shit. But all of that shit had a certain amount of respect to it. When I was coming the fuck up, when parents paid for their kids to go to something, they didn't pay for their kids to go to the most ratchet shit that they could go to. They paid for their kids to get into something that was an activity to keep them off the streets, to do whatever. It wasn't for the kid to go be ratchet and to watch other adults be ratchet in front of the children. I'm not just
things are different now.
I understand that, but it don't make it right. Just because things are different, listen, just because things are different does not make it right.
Right. And I understand that, but times are different, Russ. So
it
what
does
we
not
used to
interact.
do, what we used to have, our parents used to send us to go through. I'm a dancer. I did ballet. I did it all. We've done all competitions, cheer competitions, everything. But what we did then is a whole totally completely different atmosphere now, because some of the stuff that the kids do now, and I'd be like, oh, okay, like some of the stuff that they wear now, I'm like, okay, that didn't pass my specifications, but I can't speak up because these are what some, like my niece, she's one of the biggest girls out of the dance team, and some of her outfits are skimpy, and I'm sitting there like, we didn't always wear weave. We wore wigs and stuff like this. They wear weaves now, and it's like, okay, y'all are doing more stuff than we used to do. The
Listen, it'll
dressing,
be
the way they dress, the way they dance is more provocative. Like Tay said, it's over sexual. It's
this is
over
the difference.
sexualized
This
now.
is the difference in what you just said and what I said. I said when the parents go out there and bust it out in front of the kids. I understand kids gonna push the limit anytime they go out there and do anything.
The
Because
parents is involved with it too.
but
So
I'm
it's still same
but
way.
listen. The parents raise the children. The children do not raise the parents. Like that's where we got the shit twisted.
You sure about that?
Yeah, the
Listen,
parents don't.
the parents are not raising the kids. The kids are
Sure
raising
not.
the parents.
Sure.
They are raising the parents. It's not like when we was kids and we had rules in the house. Let's keep it 100. I ain't talking about every family, but the majority of people that you come across right now that have children, they don't have rules in their house. They don't have real rules in their house that we grew up with. Now, guess what? Just because I did not agree with the rules that my mama set does not mean that they were wrong. And as a parent now, I look at those rules and say, oh, I get it now. I get it as a parent now. And even as a young parent, I never would have approved of busting it open. Like, guess what? If I was the father of that child and my child was a part of a dance crew, I'd have a problem with the mother going out there and busting it open like that. Period.
Okay, let's just finish her thought.
All right, yeah, I got you. But at the end of the day, it's a difference between what a kid would do and what an adult should do as an adult. You know, a kid is a kid.
So it's okay for those kids to do it. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying a kid has the mentality of a kid. A kid will do anything because they have the child's mentality. A kid will press the limit any day.
But that dance wasn't made up by kids.
And that's what I'm saying. The adults were doing it. That's why I got a problem with it.
It's an adult dance. So why couldn't those adults do it? But I'm not saying that.
Adults shouldn't have been doing it in front of the kids. That's what I'm talking about.
And I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
I don't understand what you arguing with me about that point, because you agreeing with me on that point.
Where the fucking bottle at?
Not the bottle. Talk to me.
Because
but listen.
So
this is my
the dance at the dance off. It was not. I wouldn't have did it in front of those kids.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what we all been saying.
That's what we all been saying.
That's what we all been trying to say.
You keep talking about the butt. If I was at the crib, if I was doing something with it, no, I'm talking about as a parent, would you be the motherfucker out there busting open in front of your kids? No. And you saying no. So you agreeing with what we're saying. That's everybody is sitting up here like, what? And y'all like, let her talk. I'm like, let her talk to agree with me.
No, I don't got, because what I wanted to say earlier, it just went out the window.
She lost it when you.
She lost because I was trying to let her finish her thought, but it's okay.
It's okay.
Okay, last clip of the night, y'all, and then we up out of here. Check this one out. Yo, I've heard about like some fucking shit happening with weather and like a quick
polish your head, baby. Polish your head.
Fuck you. I've heard a little shit about some shit with the weather and like a little accident here and there. But what y'all about to see is probably the most crazy storm accident that I have ever seen. Check this out.
This is ridiculous. It's snow and fog mixed together, and it made the visibility down to zero. And oh, watch out! Watch out! Oh, God! Shit! Damn! My car is gone. I need to get all my shit out of my car, but it's too dangerous. And the shit's on fire. This shit. Oh, look at that! I need to get the fuck off the road. Damn! This is crazy. My car. No. Look at that fire! Oh my God! Damn, this is crazy, man! What am I gonna do about the charger? My charger! Oh my gosh! I don't know what that truck is on. Oh my God, those fires is crazy over there. I'm not going over there. I'm gonna check out the action over here. Woo!
Really?
Was I even driving?
She don't remember the car she was driving. Man, I think it's good. I'm gonna try to see if I can start saving people if they're hurt.
That's people ain't paying attention, driving too fast. Oh my God.
Visibility is low.
When your visibility is low, you supposed to slow down.
But they
They
asked her.
don't.
He up there recording and should have been helping. Well, not even helping. Shit, staying out the damn way.
See, no. What they were saying is because I went and did some research on this shit. They said it wasn't just a snowstorm, but
was
the
fog too.
fog was so low, it hit so low that you couldn't see in front of you. So it would be like you could see, and then you would go into a fog hit, and bam, it'll be a car right there. You couldn't see the car literally in front of you. So it was, because if you look at how many cars that was, that
Yeah.
wasn't a motherfucker not paying attention. That was people could not see.
I've been in
So
stuff
you
like
just
that.
keep
It's
driving
very
at a regular rate of speed.
But no, you got to think about it. At some point, they could see, and then they
right.
went into the fucking fog, and it's like they lost visibility immediately. So it was like they
Yeah,
were driving.
it's blinding.
Yeah, they were driving at a speed and a rate where they could see shit, but then they fell into the area where the fog hit, and the fog was so thick that it was like they had no time to react, and it was so rainy and slippery that they could, when they were trying to stop, they were just flying into the next fucking thing. That was at least 15 fucking vehicles fucked up.
That
Right
was
there.
more than actually that. Actually, on the other side, I think it was like 30 or something cars. It was a total of like 60 to 70 cars that were actually
Was that in Texas?
trucks.
I don't know where that was, but
That was up north somewhere.
Oh.
That was just recent. But even here, Russ, when we have whiteout, when we have when it rains really bad and it's whited out, you can't see in front of you. That's why they always tell you the first safety hazard they always tell you is to put on your flashes, even when it's raining, downpouring like that, to where it's white out just like that, because that's a thing that you can, even in fog, you can see that even when we come through fog like that. We've had fog like that before. They always tell you to put on your flashers. That's just a safety mechanism that we were always taught with school and driving school, that we were always taught.
Me too. I put on my flashers, like, you know how you, like, especially in rush hour, like you going good, and then all of a sudden it's like red lights. And I know, all the traffic behind me is flowing, and all of a sudden I put on my flashers. I don't care if it's a sunny day and it's 80 degrees.
Right.
I put on my flashers because I need to get your attention so that you slow down because you're behind me. That's crazy.
But it's dangerous. Weather like this is dangerous. It's like you say, global warming. Global warming is way beyond what they say it is. Global warming is way surpassed what is with weather's changing. Because here in North Carolina, it's supposed to be spring. It is now 32 degrees outside and dropping.
It's called
I
sprinter.
live in Michigan.
That's what I call it,
I live in
sprinter.
Michigan. So
Yeah.
need I say more? Need
I
I
think
say
our
more?
winter got dementia or something. I think our springtime got dementia and forgot that it's supposed to be spring and not winter.
It's supposed to snow tomorrow here.
Yeah, it
So,
is.
It's
you know,
supposed to snow here somewhere.
Cyrus.
Man, that shit crazy, man. Like that
Yeah.
to ride into some shit like that and to like, and it's crazy because like I live in Chicago and I've gone like to Indianapolis and other little cities and shit, and I'd be like, oh, this road is a different road than what I'm used
Deadly.
to. Like, and it has like I've driven in the rain. I haven't driven in the snow. I've driven in the snow one time. That was the Bloomington. But when I drove in the rain, that shit was crazy because the rain was so crazy. I was like, this ain't rain I'm used to in the city. This,
Right.
like this shit that's popping right now. It was literally like I was literally thinking like, should I pull over? But I was driving so slow. I was concerned about the car behind me hitting me. I was concerned about hitting the car in front of me. But traffic was moving, and this was the crazy thing. The the street was so narrow, there was nowhere for me to pull off. So I had to ride that shit the fuck out. You know what I mean? For a certain area. So like,
Right.
yeah,
And
this
we
is
tell
scary.
anybody just keep going because sometimes they've even told us, well, highway patrolmen and DOT, don't pull off. Sometimes just keep going. If you see a way to safely to get through, don't pull off because of certain situations. Just like the situation with that, on them pulling off, it was taking out other people and it was being congested. And you
absolutely.
can see how many the trucks came through. And then, like you see, the big tow truck that tows the 18 wheelers, heck, he done went through and took out 4, 5 cars. But
That's
going up in, like they say,
crazy.
them deadly roads up in Washington State and Oregon, up in the mountains and stuff, with that when you got snow like that, it's dangerous. When they
Man.
coming down like that, it's dangerous. Even here in North Carolina, coming down from Bowie and all that Boone, and coming down those roads with the snow and they steep. Yeah, that's why we stay clear of it.
Well,
Traveling mercies.
Amen to that one,
well,
sister.
we hope that y'all enjoyed tonight's show. We really had a great one. The Will Smith shit. No matter how you feel about it, you're entitled to feel how you feel about it. But
It's life.
the shit didn't happen. We gonna have to see how this shit plays out. With the rest of
Absolutely.
the show, we just had fun with it. We appreciate you, Shantae. You got any last words for the people tonight?
Um, as always, thank you everybody for tuning in. Elise, Vance, Rhonda. We got so
Light
many
bright.
people, like Bright, that tune in to that support us constantly, and we appreciate y'all. We
Kim.
appreciate all the comments, the interaction. Kim, thanks so much for being here for that first part of the show. We appreciate you. Listen, people, at the end of the day, the lesson here, regardless of which side of the fence you fall on, is everybody is responsible for their own actions.
Man.
You cannot let somebody else dictate how you respond. You cannot let somebody else dictate what you say or don't say, what you do or don't do. We all have someone to answer to. We all have somebody to answer for. The representation that you put out there reflects not only on you, but on those around you. That's just how it is. That's life. If you have children, you're a reflection of them. If you have parents, you are a reflection of them. This is how society works. Be mindful, be focused, be present in the decisions that you make about what you decide to do and don't do. As a people, as a community, we have got to stop letting other folks dictate how we do what we do
Oh,
and take
preach.
charge of what we do and don't do. Y'all
Amen.
be
Let
safe.
the church say amen.
Preach,
Y'all be
preach, my
good.
sister.
Let the church say
We
amen.
Oh,
love
Jesus.
y'all and ain't nothing y'all can do about it.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Give me the final words, Nay.
If it hurts, just say ouch and do better.
Peace and love, and don't be twerking in front of y'all kids.
You gotta love that child. You gotta love that child. And I seen some of the other names that we did miss was with Camille and Keita and
Do me a
Deidre and all
favor.
the
Read
rest.
the last of the comments so we can make sure we get all the comments in for the night.
First, you would make me pull it up the wrong way.
Thank you very much.
Let's say you welcome, baby. That's why he says your mama. Okay, so I'm gonna go back and say my wife said she had 24 hours and only came back with 150. That's not enough. Rhonda says I would be embarrassed too. Elise said, no, hell no. Rhonda said, your mama will be called a hoe for the rest of the year. I said, children raising children now. Tish said, that was a dance off. That was not a pep rally dance team. Van says, laughing my ass off. You know, that's her shit. Talking about Tish. Van said, don't get mad at me. Elise says, lack of respect. Kids are like sponges. Is it okay for your daughters to dance like that? Elise was clapping because it was at a kid's functions. Elise said, the blood of Jesus over the people that was in the accident. Van said, wow. Van says, always y'all all family now. And I said, preach when Shantae was talking. And my good people, like I always say, things like this, you are got to like Shantae and them say, you have to know the consequences of your repercussion of your consequences. Action brings about reaction. So the things that you do, say, and your actions with smacking somebody, like if I was to smack Russ right now, it would be a repercussion and consequences behind it because I don't want to smack Russ because I love him too much and I don't want him to kill me. But yeah, I love y'all, but there is a terminology that I want to give. It was a inspiration that was given today, and I'm going to give it to you. Like I say, things in life seem impossible until it's done. Push through and believe I am possible. That was none other than Nelson Mandela. When things are impossible in your life and they seem impossible, push through because I am possible.
And one more time for those who did not come in at the
Yes,
beginning
blink
of the show,
shoes.
my girl Latricia Johnson customizes Crocs. You can inbox her. The information is in the top of the chat. She will customize Crocs for you. Please inbox her. I'm always about supporting Black entrepreneurs and Black owned business. This is my personal pair. So you can reach out to her and get what you need.
Russell.
I'm gonna say this.
Uh-oh.
We are in the day of social media. We are in the day of social media. We all agree with that, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
And we all agree that we are on this show, right?
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Please do not create a video where I'm gonna be talking about your ass. Because if I talk about your ass, I'm gonna tell you I don't agree with your punk ass getting up smacking nobody because you ain't did that shit and you motherfucking didn't do shit and your little fucking faux ass fingers look like a bitch when you smacked the motherfucker. Even when you was hollering in the fucking in the don't fuck nigga, you look like a bitch. You look like a straight punk pussy ass bitch. You have nothing else to do. If you're gonna be out here twerking and shit, I don't listen. I love a good twerk. But I don't want nobody twerking around me around no goddamn kids. I'm not gonna feel comfortable around that shit. I'm not gonna even want the pussy no more. How about that? I'm just
You
gonna
want
keep
a
it.
private dance, in other words.
You goddamn right. Tina Turner, get all butt naked for me. Get fucking butt naked.
She gonna be
Nigga,
your private
I,
dancer, dancer for
I'm
money,
so
dancer
done.
for love.
nigga, if you
I'm
fuck
so
with me,
done right now.
you better understand two words. Roll.
What?
I'm
Hallelujah.
Hey,
so done right now.
rolling,
Let me tell you
rolling,
something about the
rolling on
industry.
a
And
river. Doo-doo.
if you're driving in the area and it starts
Slow down.
snowing in the middle of April, uh, go 2 miles an hour. Fuck
And put
everybody
your
else.
flashes on. Put your
Fuck
flashes on.
everybody else behind you. Because I know most motherfuckers be like, no, people behind me, they feeling some type. Fuck them niggas. Just go ahead
Exactly.
and let a nigga just go ahead and slow down traffic and get through that shit. And if you run into a whole bunch of cars fucked up, at least you have slowed traffic up enough that if you do stop and go from 2 miles an hour to zero, your shit is safe. That's all I gotta say. We hope that
Hello.
you have a wonderful night. It's only Tuesday, right?
Only
Yes, sir.
Tuesday, honey.
We'll be
Yeah.
back on
I'll be
Thursday.
back on Thursday night with all of my beautiful people that decide to join me. Uh, please say a prayer for your man's family. I'm not going to talk about what's going on, but please say a prayer. There's some stuff going on. I ask for, that's it. But outside of that, go ahead and rock with your boy. If you don't, can I say it, y'all?
Go on, say.
Don't say it.
Fuck you. All right, we up out of here, man. We're gonna do what we do. Yeah,
Peace,
yeah.
y'all.
Fuck you. Everybody say it with me. 1, 2, 3. Fuck you. Yeah.
And what you supposed to say? He say, she say what?
Say my name, say my
Say
name.
my name.
Yeah,
No